Columbus.
Joe, that ain't good enough. Come on, Joe.
Wake up! Stop this one!
Frizzle left tight, F fly, pass 37 punch, waggle, help, baby dizzy, X-fan on the turbo.
Thank you, baby.
Football, man.
It's time to listen to a bald, fat loudmouth
Mr. T-Bone.
and a former football player.
And that ball intercepted by Tyvis, pal.
Wow, no radio station has ever done that before.
Did it work for those people?
No, it never does. But it might work for us.
Welcome to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone and Tyvis. Hello. Good morning. This is early for me. May have heard my voice before. I'm Jonathan Smith, a.k.a. T-Bone. Used to do the afternoon show up until about 72 hours ago. Now I do the morning show here on The Fan. So welcome to the inaugural edition. Thanks for listening, T-Bone and Tyvis. Next to me, as you may have gathered, is the national champion, the working stay-at-home dad, the bald-faced truth teller himself, Tyvis Powell.
Good morning.
Tyvis.
It's good to see you this morning.
Yeah, you walked in. Well, as usual, I heard you before I saw you, which is appropriate since you work in radio a lot.
Yes.
But I immediately was like, all right, Tyvis is awake. We're good.
Oh, yeah.
You were here bright and early. I pulled up. I saw Bodie's car, Jacob Wells, Bodie, our producer, sitting there. And you know what's funny? The parking lot is dead empty. And I thought, I'll have the pick of the parking lot today. I said, I was trying to think, where is the best spot to park? And I had a spot in mind. I was like, I think this is probably the nicest spot we have in our whole lot. I think I'm going to try to park there. And then I pulled up and saw Bodie was parked in it. And I was like, Bodie's a smart guy. He knows what's going on. He thinks like me. At least on this, we think alike.
I think we should all race to try to get that spot every day.
No. Oh, like a challenge?
Yeah.
See who can get here first?
Yeah, but I know Bodie will. Bodie will probably be
Bodie's
here.
he's our producer. He has to get here earlier.
Yeah.
That's just what he does.
Bodie, pick a different spot.
No. Bodie, you get here first, you get the pick of the lot.
I'll tell you
That's what happens.
Tyvis, if you want to come in and cut up all that Owen and audio, be my guest. Please be my guest, and you can have that spot.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're hoping to have some fun here. I had the brass when they came to us, the bosses here. They said, what do you envision the show sounding like? What do you want to talk about? What's the theme for the show? And in my dumb brain, I just blurted out the words. I was like, I don't know, football, food, and fun. I don't know, something like that. And they were like, great, tagline, put it on your face, tattoo it to your eyeball. And I'm like, wait, but that's, so you'll hear that.
Yeah.
Football, food, and fun. That's kind of the idea. But we'll talk about plenty of other stuff. We're going to start off with basketball today because that wasn't fun, but it was there.
Man, oh man, like that right there, like this is the thing. As the Cavs, they started the game slow, so I'm like, all right, it's the first quarter.
Mm-hmm.
As I watched that game continue to unfold, I'm like, they wanted it more. The Pacers wanted it more. And I had the same thought that I'm sure everybody had. If they would have just won game 2, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. But now you down 3-1. Then you see Donovan don't play in the second half because as he's trying to shoot, he came out for warm-ups for the second half. And as he was about to shoot, and he was in his form, he couldn't lift off his foot. And he said his ankle was messed up. So Donovan didn't play the second half. You don't know if he's going to play the next game. Their freaking team just had so much energy. Everybody was Obi Toppin. Miles Turner looked like Steph Curry out there. And I'm just sitting there like, we ain't got no answer. Nobody got any fight to him. It was bad. It looked like that offense, for us to be sitting there talking about every year about, JB didn't do anything for us in the playoffs. It looked just like a JB coached offense. Like, it was terrible.
Oh.
Guys turning the ball over. There was just no fight from this team, and it bothered me. I was sitting there. I was disgusted. I went to bed disgusted last night.
I went to bed at halftime last night because I knew it was over.
I tweeted it out. I said, yeah, it's time to go ahead and get ready for work because you don't even need to finish this.
80-39 at halftime. Largest halftime deficit in the playoffs. One of the largest ever. I think it's the largest ever.
Probably.
Cavs went on to lose 129-109 to the Pacers. They're down 3-1. Game 5 is set for Cleveland on Tuesday And, of course, the update after the game from Kenny Atkinson is we have no idea about Donovan Mitchell's ankle. No, we're not sure. We don't know. So the guy who was averaging before this game 41 points per game in this series. Yeah, that's not going to get it done. If he doesn't go, this is over. I don't mean that in any bad. I don't mean
that is what
I don't mean they can't win Game 5. I don't mean they can't do something, right?
It's done. It's done.
Yeah.
They look like they out of gas. And I knew going into this game, I was like, Donovan averaging 41 points. I mean, he's been throwing up 40 points every game. He's going to run out of gas. The only human being is only two human beings, three human beings that I've seen in the playoffs that just continue to have stellar performance game after game after game. Michael Jordan, LeBron James, and Jimmy Butler. That's it. Everybody else at some point ran out of gas.
Yeah.
And I just kind of figured Donovan would get there. But, having these guys come back, I thought that, okay, that there it is. They'll have the reinforcements. It was funny watching DeAndre Hunter and Mathurin get into it.
Yeah, Ben Mathurin.
Yeah,
that was, early in the game, if you didn't see this moment, it's Ben Mathurin punches him in the sternum.
Yes.
They said on the review, punch in the sternum.
Little quick jab. Bang.
Yeah.
Little quick one.
And then he stood there kind of looking at him, and DeAndre Hunter walked right up to him, stared in his face, and shoved him to the ground. And of course, he's like, "Wow, why? What a cruel world!" It's like, shut up, dude. You know what you did. But then, thankfully, the ref saw it and threw him out of the game.
Yeah,
and then
I was shocked. I thought for sure. I was like, they both get ejected.
Well, they usually get the guy who does the second action. But, of course, you have replay so they can go look at it.
Yeah, it was good they got that one right.
Speaking of replay, there's something we'll talk about later in the show. Replay is good in some instances like that one, but there are plenty of times where it just bogs down these games. There's something the NCAA is actually talking about doing that if they are willing to do it, I'm very interested in when it comes to replay, because there are some games that just get so dragged down by the amount of, we got to look at this. Did it glance off someone's fingernail at last minute and a half? We got to look at this 18 times. It just slows the game down. So the NCAA is trying to fix that a little later. We can get into that. We have got some new segments to debut on the show because it's a new show. So we've got new segments. We'll get to that. There's plenty to do here. I have a story about a man going to jail over bacon, which sounds like something I would do.
I'm about to say it's a lot of people. It's a lot of people go to jail over some bacon now.
Over the weekend went to Sonic Temple, so we've got that to get into.
Yeah.
Mother's Day happened.
Yeah.
Did you do anything special for Mother's Day?
I went to lunch with my wife, my mother-in-law, my mother, Lauren's grandmother. It was just the whole crew was there. We all went to this big lunch down in Worcester. It was a nice time. We all really enjoyed ourselves. It was a good moment.
Yeah. It does get to be a bit of a thing now, at least for me it is, where Mother's Day becomes, I have my wife that I obviously is a mother of our children that I want to, do nice things for. And then I have to remember, oh, yes, I too have a mother and I need to also do things for her. And then it becomes an issue of, well, we only have so much time in the day. And then all of that coupled around, we went to a rock concert on Saturday.
Yeah.
Today was the start of the new morning show thing where I'm like, am I going to wake up on time? So yesterday I was just all over the place. I went over to my mom's house and made like a breakfast casserole for like a brunch. Okay. So put little eggs, sausage, hash brown.
I didn't know you could.
In the oven. I try. It's not well, but you know what? I'm gonna have a lot more time now because I'm gonna be at home.
It's funny because I told my wife, I said, you know what? I'm about to start cooking. Because anything that I do, T-Bone, it turns into gold. So I said, I'm about to start cooking. And she said, yeah, okay, whatever. I said, all right, I'm not going to talk her to death. I'm about to get on the internet. I'm about to get on what TikTok, as the kids say. And I'm about to look up some recipes.
Oh, that's the way to do it.
And I'm about to just do it.
That's where I got this recipe.
The
was
only
on TikTok.
way to do it, you just got to get out there and do it. If you burn the house down, so be it.
Do you like to cook?
I've only cooked like twice in my life, and I have no problem with it.
How? Really? You what did you do in college? They just, I forget. The boosters just deliver the food to you? Is that what it was? With the $500 in the bag of McDonald's?
Let me give you.
Is that how that went?
Let me give you a quick story.
Complaining about I don't get the settlement money, but you got all those other checks that came through that no one heard about. Let me give you
a real quick story about it. So, I room with Cardell, and he didn't know how to cook either.
Who? Cardale Jones. I've never heard you bring him up before. Okay.
Cardale don't know how to cook either. So one Thanksgiving, we didn't have anywhere to go for Thanksgiving. We didn't want to go to the coach's house. We didn't have any friends, and we wasn't driving to Cleveland. Sure. Obviously, you can't. So he said, well, what are we going to eat? We had some pizza rolls. We put them pizza rolls in that oven. It was the greatest Thanksgiving meal that two people that can't cook ever shared, and it became our ritual every Thanksgiving. Although we would go somewhere else, we would come back and have pizza rolls.
You know what? I think that's actually something we should add to the Thanksgiving menu. It's, you have the cranberry sauce, and we've got the turkey, obviously, and all the other fixings.
Pizza rolls.
Why not have a bowl of pizza rolls and you know what? Mix them up. Have a few combo rolls, have a few just cheese only. Pick one out, see what you get. Throw that on there with everything else. That sounds great.
I will say it tasted very similar to all pizza, so there you go.
Oh, God. All right. If you haven't heard this, you'll find out Tyvis Powell has no taste buds, so I'm sure all your cooking will taste great. You'll eat it and be like, it tastes wonderful. And it's like all pizza tastes the same. Everything tastes the same.
It tastes like regular pizza as well.
Well, obviously, you can hit up the YouTube chat. We're there. You can go to YouTube. Just find the show. It'll be right there. The live stream is there for you. We also have a Twitter handle. It is Bone and Tyvis 971, so you can go subscribe to that. And you can find the podcast. Wherever you get podcasts, just search T-Bone and Tyvis. You'll see it all right there. We come back. Ohio State wants it to be dark at noon, apparently. We'll discuss this next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good Monday morning. Right now, no crashes to tell you about, but busy traffic on 33 on the southeast side and on 270 up near Dublin. Make it a great day. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your Fan traffic.
I'm an old school Joe, and my philosophy is simple and effective. At the end of the day, it's not what you win or lose, it's what you save. And bet and reduce juice at Prime Sports Ohio is the way to save money on every single bet. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit our website, primesportsbook.com. Get a welcome bonus to match your initial deposit up to $400 in bonus bets. And be a member of the Prime Sports family.
Terms and conditions apply. Visit website for details. Must be 21 and present in Ohio. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
When you're ready to sell your car, another reason to choose Hinder Motor Company is the easy, fast, fair, and hassle-free way to sell. This is Justin Hinderer. We pay top dollar for your vehicle, whatever the make or model, and no purchase is necessary. Consider trading and get even more toward your next vehicle. Drive in today and leave with cash or get a great deal. See why it's a pleasure doing business. Just visit HinderMotorCompany.com.
Working your way through that honey-do list? That means more flushes, more showers, more fiddling with the thermostat. Trust the pros at the Waterworks with your plumbing and drain cleanings and repairs and all your heating and cooling needs. Our certified pros can repair or replace your furnace or air conditioner. Clogs? Call the Waterworks. Drain cleaning? Call the Waterworks. Plumbing issues? Call the Waterworks. Furnace repairs? Call the Waterworks. The Waterworks. Trusted neighborhood plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling experts.
Hey folks, it's Austin Ward here with a challenge. Well, a challenge might not be the best choice of words, so let's say an opportunity. Take the opportunity to lose 40 by the 4th with Awaken 180. Has a different ring to it when you have a finish line, doesn't it? 40 by the 4th. Maybe you looked at the scale this morning and it read 230 pounds. How about it reading 190 by the 4th of July? Maybe the scale says 300. Wouldn't the 260 number be a little nicer on your eyes and on your knees? It's attainable if you have the same results we all had with Awaken 180. I dropped 40 pounds in just 8 weeks. There's no reason you can't drop 40 by the 4th and be feeling as great as I still do now. Ring Independence Day in, healthy, confident, and most important, feeling happy. You reached your goal with the help of Awaken 180. So fire up your grill and grab your beverage of choice because the weight's staying off thanks to free support for life. 40 by the 4th. Set your goal and reach it. Reserve your consultation online at awaken180weightloss.com.
T-Bone and Tyvis is sponsored by Prime Sports. Receive a 100% match when you deposit up to $400. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit online at primesportsbook.com.
And now, Public Education Matters with Ohio Education Association President Scott Tomorrow.
90% of students in Ohio and 95% of students with disabilities learn and grow in our public schools. Our lawmakers must keep their promise to our kids by using the Fair School Funding Plan's predictable, adequate funding formula in this budget so our students can get the great public education they deserve.
Public Education Matters, brought to you by the Ohio Education Association.
Hey there, I'm Brad. I'm about to win the Tuesday Night Bowling League Championship. I'm also a highway worker for the Ohio Department of Transportation. When you move over and slow down, you're not only giving me room to work, you're making sure I can bowl the winning strike with my buddies.
Roadside workers have lives and families, but when they're on the job, they put it all on the line to protect and serve us. Remember, they're not just roadside workers. Thank you for moving over and slowing down.
Brought to you by ODOT, USDOT, NHTSA, and ODPS.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
A dry start, but chances of rain develop late morning into the early afternoon. Wake-up temperatures will be in the 50s and 60s. Afternoon highs in the mid to low 70s. For tonight, rain chances continue, lows in the 60s. And for Tuesday, showers likely with also isolated thunderstorms and highs in the mid 70s. For the Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfolo with your 10 weather impact forecast.
T-Bone and Tyvis is sponsored by Prime Sports. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit online at primesportsbook.com.
The next time Tyvis hits a home run in softball will be the first time Tyvis hits a home run in softball. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Good morning. Welcome in.
I'll have you know that I'm a home run hitter. You know, when we this year in the softball game, it's going over the fence.
Okay.
You gotta take it to the bank.
I'll have to be there in attendance. Should I sit in the outfield and get my glove ready just so I can catch all of them, or how many do you think you'll hit?
Well, I'm guaranteeing one.
Oh, guaranteed.
Guarantee. You know, I done put on a couple pounds. Been hitting the weights.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so you can get a little bit more of your trunk around on it and just really, really hammer home. I see what you're saying.
I'm about to get one of them bats that's banned.
Oh, are they banned? Are you talking about like a metal bat? Or are you talking about
torpedo?
They're not banned.
I thought they were.
They banned them?
They made Aaron Judge can't use that bat no more.
They took it away? I didn't even see. Bodie, you've worked with this guy longer than I have. Does he often make promises like guarantees and then they just end up falling to the wayside and we don't remember them?
No.
Oh,
Tyvis
okay.
is a very unconfident person, you'll learn, Bone. Like if you asked him, Tyvis, could you, I don't know, outrun a cheetah? He'd probably be like, yeah, probably not.
Well,
could you steal a base on a Major League Baseball catcher? Probably not.
You know what's crazy is I was watching the game yesterday, and I said to myself, oh, yeah. Like, I've never been more sure about something. I got
Which game were you watching?
I was
Baseball
watching
game?
the Phillies and Guardians.
Yeah.
Go Guards, although we lost yesterday.
Yeah, I know. That's the first series they've lost in I want to say 6 or 7 series. Yeah. So dropped 2 or 3 to the Phils. It's not great.
You know, we was high coming. We was scoring like 8 runs a game, and we won the first one and then dropped the next 2, and yeah, it is what it is.
It's wild to say that they have to keep up with the Tigers, but last couple of years of Detroit have suddenly become a thing. So yeah, that's they got to keep pace with the rest of that division. There's a few teams there that are all kind of bundled up there at the top of that division.
Well, Detroit figured it out. Once they got Mickey off the books, they've been pretty successful.
Yeah, that's true. They've done good with done very well with their farm system, stuff like that.
Yeah.
They'll go out. We'll see. To me, it's always going to come down to teams like that, what they do at the deadline. Like, not just the Tigers, but obviously the Guards too. If you're all right, I know this. I know
if
this.
you expecting the Guardians to make any moves at the deadline, I'm gonna tell you right now, you can let that thought go. It's not happening.
Yeah. By the way, the Ohio Cup, Battle for Ohio, that all starts this weekend. So you got one more series for each, the Reds and the Guardians, then they'll meet up this weekend for that. Also, speaking of the Reds, they lost 6-0 on Sunday to the Astros, scored 10 in the first on Saturday, almost blew that lead. They won 13-9, but yeah, that was not, I mean, that's the story of the Reds for me so far this year, and probably a little bit last year too, is can you put 15, 20 runs up on occasion? Yes. Can you also then just go completely silent at home plate? You can also do that. So
that's
the
base.
Reds.
It comes in waves. They was on a hot streak and then they cooled them bats off real quick. So.
Yeah, they did. I saw this from Ross Bjork. He's talking a lot. New AD at Ohio State. Been on the job about a year now?
Yes.
So he's
not even.
Yeah, I think he was around during this time last year, but his official time was
July, maybe.
Yeah, June, July, something like that. Ross Bjork over the weekend. He's been talking a lot about the atmosphere of the Schott and the shoe.
Mm-hmm.
And I tend to think the atmosphere at both those places are different. Ohio Stadium has a very good atmosphere most of the time. There are times at some of these noon games where it's a blowout, where, people leave in the third quarter because it's hot. It's September.
If it's against Grambling State.
And if it's 90 out,
it's like I seen all I needed to see.
Right, and there's a tailgate waiting.
Yes.
Or there's a whole bunch of other fun stuff to do on campus. I'm going to go enjoy that as opposed to just sitting here. And I don't blame people for that.
Mm-hmm.
That is different than, say, the Tennessee game that you had where it's December, it's cold, there's a spot to move on in the playoffs. First time ever you had a home site playoff game. And, of course, Tennessee was talking about everything they could think of about how they were going to come in here and just take over the shoes. So there was a lot of animosity there. There was a lot of energy for that game. And it was a night game. We didn't have any of those last year, it felt like.
Yeah.
So those two environments are very different. But I would say 90% of the time, the environment at Ohio State is at the shoe is pretty good to great. Wouldn't you?
I'd say it's pretty good.
Okay.
It
could be better.
The
but
noon and the noon 3:30 games, depending on the competition.
Yes.
As a guy who played in that stadium, the night games was always, it didn't matter who you played. The night games was always the best atmosphere. Noon,
yeah.
3:30, that's a little bit better. So,
Right.
And I get it. Like, obviously, the times, people, kegs and eggs at noon. 3:30, they can sleep in and do a couple other things. So I got that. But, yeah, the night games at the shoe, no matter who the competition is always going to be the best.
Yeah. Well, Ross Bjork had thoughts on that. He essentially said, we've got to make the atmosphere better at the shoe. He said the noon games last year, obviously, they put kind of a strain on the environment. Then people saw the night game against Tennessee, and it was like, oh, that's what it can be. And I thought it was great, but to me, it can be even better if we do all the right things. So there's a lot of things we're working on together. He talked about LEDs, when to play music, when to do all the different lights and sounds. That's all well and good. He talked about that, and he said, and we also have to fix the shot. And I'm like, to me, those are two very different things. Like, the shoe is 90% of the time is
they just need
very good.
They need a bathroom and C-deck. That's...
Yeah, fix things like that. Keep the concrete from falling on people, things like that you have with a 100-plus-year-old stadium.
Well, I don't know.
You got to fix all that. I understand.
It's actually interesting because last year when they played Nebraska last year, Bo Bishop went to the game. And Bo told me, he was like, yeah, the atmosphere is just not that great anymore. And I said, at the shoe? He said, this is what I want you to do. I want you to go into a game and just sit there and tell me what you think. And I'm just like, I can't imagine.
Which game did he go to that he said that?
The Nebraska game.
I'm trying to remember what time was that game? Yeah, well, there you go.
Still.
No.
Nebraska was a decent team. And they almost came back and won the game. They might have been winning at a point in time, if I remember correctly.
I think there are a few things at play here when it comes to the shoe. Number one, the timing does matter, right? You're a college football stadium. If you allow college kids to get up at the time they usually get up, go have a nice, fun party tailgate, and then show up to the game at 6, 7 o'clock in the evening before rolling off for like an 8 o'clock kickoff, the atmosphere is just going to be better. I don't mean just the student section. I mean, there are students who will just take tickets from their parents or buy the tickets themselves or whatever that will just sit all around the stadium. I guarantee you there's more of those kids at those games when it is later than there are at noon. I think there are a lot of people who look at a noon game who are on that campus, and I don't blame them, who are like, I have papers and stuff I have to get done. This game is at noon, and it's Grambling or whoever, it's Western Directional School. It's at noon. My friends aren't going. It's at noon.
I agree.
That's different for them.
I agree with all of that, but as a player, you also have to give them something to cheer for,
Yeah.
I mean, if they, like I said, I think Nebraska was winning at a point in time. So, yeah, they took the crowd out of it because, first of all, last year's team was so talented that those last 4 games is what we wanted to see for the first 12 games.
Absolutely
and the
right.
fact that we didn't, we was going this emotional roller coaster. It was one of them times where everybody was like, they probably was in the stands puzzled, like, how is this even a possibility right now that y'all potentially going to lose this game? So you got to give them something to cheer for at first.
I always feel like the majority of Ohio State games are essentially what you just said, where most Ohio State fans believe, fair or not, that the team is one of the 3 best teams in the country.
Yes.
And most years we should expect
You
that.
should blow everybody out.
And so then when a game is not going that way, instead of it being let's get loud and cheer on the team and support them, it's everyone's sitting there going, I don't understand. What's like everyone like
yeah.
It's like you're essentially waiting for like bread to rise. Like you're just cooking bread. I know we don't bake yet, but you're going to be baking bread soon, where you're waiting for it to rise. And you're like, okay, at any moment here, it should be ready to go. And then when it does, you go,
it's
oh, good,
Nebraska.
It works. The recipe's there. You know it's supposed to do the thing, but you're just waiting. People are like waiting for them to just go blow out Nebraska. And if you don't immediately blow them out, it's like, well, what's going wrong?
Well,
is something wrong? You know, and then everyone's murmuring instead of cheering and yelling.
So the funny part about it is, so I think Bo had took his kids for the first time.
Yeah.
And he was saying, he was telling his son, this game's going to be over with real quick. And they sitting there and Nebraska's winning in like third quarter. And he's like, so when is this supposed to happen?
That's it. His kid is doing the exact thing that almost every Ohio State fan has done. And I've lived here my whole life. I remember going to the Washington game back when Eddie George was playing. And it was the same thing where it's like, all right, they're going to kick it. Nobody. It's more of a golf clap where it's like, good. They tapped it in. Yes, very nice. You're up by 3 touchdowns. That's what we expected. Great. That's how I would say 60, 70% of the people who go there, that's what you're feeling day in, day out is not, I'm just here to scream my lungs out and jump around and go crazy. It's not a rave. Like, it is a football game. And if it is a big game with stakes, at the appropriate time, you're going to have that crowd.
If it's a night game and it ain't no stakes, it's still going to go crazy.
Well, yes, but I've been to alumni band days where they put like the Toledo game a few years ago at night, and we were at that game, and at halftime, it was everyone going, all right, as soon as my alumni in the band is done, we are out of here.
I think we played. I'm
they were
pretty
up by like
sure
50.
we played Akron that night, and I was like, this is where we at.
Now those exceptions.
If Grambling State is at night, that's
those
where I'm
exceptions. Otherwise, yes, usually the night games are good. So here's my question to you. And Bodie, I don't know how the fan poll works. Do we come up with that? I guess is we're the morning show now.
I believe so. Yeah.
All right.
So
why don't we throw that out there?
Go
Fan
for
poll today. Is that brought to us by Caster Connection?
That's correct.
There you go. Our guys at Caster Connection. Thanks for supporting the show and supporting the poll. The fan poll today, which we will put up on all the socials, YouTube, Twitter, all that, is the atmosphere at Ohio State. Does the atmosphere at Ohio State for football games, does it need to be improved? Yes or no? I'm not saying that every game is perfect. I'm saying, do you think there needs to be a big push to improve that? Yes or no?
Does the bathroom count as the atmosphere in C-Deck?
There you go. You can jump it. that would improve the atmosphere. Is if the
slide? It's a landslide. Yes.
Hey, it's a new show, so we have a new segment. It's called Clip That. Some audio that you've maybe not heard yet. Some great audio. We'll play that for you when we come back. 2 minutes away. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there and good morning. Still no crashes on the map, but busy traffic on 33 on the southeast side and on 71 near downtown. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Take advantage of the BMI FCU Auto Refinance Summer Savings Event. Earn a $400 cash bonus when you bring your auto loan to BMI FCU. Visit bmifcu.org/refinance for more details.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
When it's time to fire up the grill, Meijer is ready to help bring the char-grilled good life to your backyard with prime cuts of certified Angus beef, wholesome all-natural chicken breast, tenders, wings, and thighs, hand-selected to ensure quality and taste, lean ground beef prepared fresh daily, and even a wide selection of organic options, including chicken, beef, and sausage, all at sizzling low prices to help you bring home more of what you love in every trip. We're working hard to make the grilling life a good deal better at Meijer.
T-Bone and Tyvis is presented by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Sign up today at awaken180weightloss.com.
Just a reminder, Tyvis thinks all pizza tastes the same. Also a reminder, Tyvis was born without taste buds. You're listening to Bone and Tyvis.
Happy Monday. New morning show here on The Fan. What are you laughing at, Tyvis?
The big voice guy is funny.
Yeah, well, they try to make those entertaining. We'll see. Plenty to get to today. Question that I posed. This will be the fan poll today. Does the atmosphere at Ohio Stadium need to improve? You can let us know. You can tweet us at Bone and Tyvis 971. Ross Bjork says he wants to make that a point of emphasis, get that better. He also said he wants to improve the shot. He didn't forget about that. We'll talk about that a little bit more as we go on. But first up, new segment. It's called Clip That. Bodie, let's run it. Let's hit it.
Oh! Listen to that! Son of a... That's unbelievable! Oh, my goodness! Holy smoke! Just incredible!
T-Bone and Tyvis present Clip That.
Sponsored by Prime Sports. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit online at primesportsbook.com. Receive a 100% match when you deposit up to $400 with the Prime Sports Ohio app.
All right, so a little hockey last night in Medicine Hat in Spokane. Why does this matter? Well, someone for the Blue Jackets got on the board for the first time in a while, and it was pretty great.
Comes the Medicine Hat breakout with Aaron Basha in on the left side. St. Martin joins him and dished it off. They score! Caden Lindstrom has got his name on the score sheet. The Tigers inside the opening minute again have taken a 1-0 lead.
And wow, what a play. This all starts from a breakout, Dave. It all starts from the D zone. Andrew Basher carries it through the middle of the ice, gives it to Hunter St. Martin, and makes a beautiful pass to Caden Lindstrom on the back door, and he makes zero mistake, buries the empty net, and what a start for the Medicine Hat Tigers. This is exactly what they needed to start this game after game one.
That's the WHL championship. You know, that's Tyvis, I know you know Medicine Hat and Spokane. When those two get together, it's a Donnybrook. But that was Caden Lindstrom, Jackets' #1 pick last year.
Yes.
Had a long injury layoff.
Yeah, with a back injury, and we haven't had a chance to really see him on the ice. He's had a long road of recovery, and it's so nice to see him on the ice again.
Yeah, so that'll be really big for the Jackets if he can stay healthy. We obviously expect he's going to do some great things. But had an assist in their first game, which Medicine Hat won. That was game 2, and he got right on the board very quickly and scored that goal. So nice to see. Unfortunately, they went on to lose 6-1 or 6-2. So it's series tied 1-1. But he's playing big time minutes. He's playing. Yeah. This is not only is he back on the ice, but it's not back on the ice and he's playing on a Tuesday night in January. Like this is championship hockey. This is something that all the pressure's on. So I'm sure he's excited about that. I'm also sure he's feeling the pressure.
Yeah.
But good of him to get on the board there at least. Those are positive signs.
Anytime you have an injury that you can't play the sport or the thing that you love, it makes you miss it a lot. So when you get back out there, you play with so much appreciation that you are even healthy enough to be back out there. And like I said, for him having that back injury, it was people that was thinking like he might not never play. He might not ever hit the ice for the Jackets. So it's nice to see him on the ice playing the game that he loves, you know, scoring, assisting, and doing things like that. It's like, all right, so this guy still has some stuff in there. Because now the next thing is, okay, he's missed all this time. Does he still have it? That would be the next question. And to see him having some success, it's like, all right, he still got it in him a little bit. Still going to take a couple years before we see him with the Jackets. But whenever he gets up here, he's going to be a really good player.
Yeah, they obviously want to get him some more seasoning, get him to actually play, and hopefully keep himself healthy too. That's the other thing. Do you find I didn't know you played when you came back from an injury. Was there? I always worry there would be a temptation to like press, try to make up lost ground, and go a little too quickly. Did you ever find yourself in that situation?
When you come back from an injury, the first thing is it's the mental part of it. It's, can I still do this? Like when I did this, like for example, I had a sports hernia, and that it hurt really bad. Like my whole leg would go numb. When it's free practice and they still made me finish free, but that's another story. So when I came back, as I'm running around, in my mind, I'm thinking, all right, my leg is going to go out at some point. So, like, I was hesitant to go as hard as I possibly could because I wanted to save it. And then, obviously, as you continue to go, you start trusting your body a little bit more. And, like, all right, it's fixed. And now you're able to play the game how you want to play. So, the mental part of it is the toughest part from coming back from an injury.
Yeah. I've always figured it has to be. But I would also think at some point, if you're a pro athlete, if you're a stud, your confidence has to be high for most guys, right? That's how you get there in the first part. So whenever something like that shakes your confidence, getting that confidence back probably is key too, I would guess.
That was my biggest problem when I played. I wasn't a very confident guy myself.
Are you serious?
I know it's hard to believe.
I really do have a tough time believing that.
I was never that confident in myself.
Yeah. Well, maybe someone should have asked you if you could steal a base in a Major League Baseball game.
Well,
said, of course.
Yeah, what, back then? Back when I was banging? Oh, man. Like, that catcher would throw it to second, I'd probably be rounding the third by the time he even got it to second. So, yeah, back when I was playing.
I saw this. Video is better, but I do have some audio for you that's kind of interesting from Dan Lanning, who is, of course, the head coach of the Oregon Ducks. He landed a commitment from a guy named Richard Wesley. He is he's a 2026 player. Mm-hmm. So obviously coming in this upcoming class. He's the number 3 edge rusher, number 1 edge rusher in the nation. He's very good. He's top 3 guy.
On 3 officially. He's the 25th ranked player. He's the 4th edge in the country. He's 6th in California.
Okay. He chose Oregon over Ohio State, Texas A&M, and USC for what it's worth. But Dan Lanning celebrated this in a weird way. This is audio from a video posted to their socials where you're going to hear the recruit, Richard Wesley, first. He's sitting in a pool chair, and then he tries to act casually, like, oh, okay, I wasn't sure. And then him and Dan Lanning jump in a pool. And the video must be seen, but at least listen to this audio.
Oh, didn't see you there. Well, all the schools, they all show me, so much love, but there's one school, show me the most love, and, I guess it's where I'm going. You ready, Coach? Let's get it. Woo! It's time, baby. Let's go.
Good Lord. All right.
When I seen this video, when he said all schools will be showing me love, but there's one school showing me the most love, I instantly thought money.
Well, of course.
They threw here, Phil Knight blank checks over in Oregon. So
yeah, having the Nike money is its own. That's a different. You have a mint essentially that you can print from, and that's just different than most places. Now the video is a little odd too because I don't keep up with the latest swimwear, but if I'm not mistaken, it looked like this guy Richard Wesley is wearing essentially like just his underwear. And it's just and there's also like a couple random girls in bikinis that are off to the side we don't know if they're like, did they know this was being filmed? Were they hired to be there? Or was it just like, hey, why don't you guys stay there? This is a multi-million-dollar coach who's recruiting a multi-million-dollar player. They're going to jump in this pool. It's a little weird. Debasing yourself to get a star athlete, probably not the first time that's happened for a stud coach.
We live in a different time. Like you gotta keep up with the times, T-Bone. This is what. Listen, Brian Kelly switched his whole accent just to get some recruits. What's wrong with this? What's wrong with this?
He got on that pedestal with the camera that circled all the way around and was dancing like an idiot.
I know Bodie loved all of that.
Bodie's favorite guy.
His
Brian
favorite
Kelly,
guy.
Notre Dame
switch
man
his
over
accent, doing 360 cameras.
Yeah, listen, the best thing Brian Kelly ever did for me was leave. And that gave us Marcus Freeman. And I'm not complaining about that today.
Got you to the national championship
exactly,
game. That's pretty good right there. So, yeah, we'll take it.
I went and I looked up this Richard Wesley just to see his tape because I wanted to see, what a 5-star looked like. And to be honest with you, to me, is really his size, the 6'4", 250, because as I watch his highlight tape on YouTube here, his get off isn't like crazy. His hand work isn't that crazy. To me, he's just a big guy, and he got some things he's got to work on. I'm sure they'll figure it out at Oregon, because I thought Oregon's D-line was really good last year, so I'm sure he'll get to that. But yeah, the size, you can't coach size, and that's the one thing he does have.
I really like, and I hope we get more of this, Tyvis Powell ripping 17-year-olds,
like just ripping the tape. Ripping
oh, you're ripping them.
I see the potential, but he got some things he's got to work on.
That's, you know what, though? He didn't commit to my school, so he sucks. That's what I'm going to say.
I would do the same thing to Ohio State recruits. When I see somebody get recruited, I like to go look at the highlight tape, and I'll be like, okay, they need to fix this, that, and this.
Well, Tyvis, you obviously haven't covered Ohio State long enough. You'll learn very quickly. The way you do is when it's a guy that we recruit, he's awesome. When it's a guy we didn't recruit, or he didn't choose us, there's a reason why it's actually good he didn't choose us. That's how that goes.
You got to be honest with yourself. You got to look at it, and you got to tell it like it is, T-Bone. You just tell it like it is, whether they want to hear it or not. It's the truth.
That's like I said, you tell the truth, and that's good. You're a truth teller. I appreciate that about you. However, that's not always appreciated around here. Sometimes you have to, just pretend like our guys are the greatest ever, because hopefully they will be. That's the rule. We want them to be. By the way, the best thing to watch on TV right now, you might say, is it the NHL playoffs? Stanley Cup playoffs are great. It's not as good as this. NBA playoffs, I'll tell you what the best thing to watch on TV is next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there and good morning. Right now, still no crashes on the map to tell you about. Busy traffic on 33 on the southeast side and on 23 up to the north. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your Fan traffic.
Stanley spent his life in the saddle, wrangling whatever life threw at him. But nothing prepared him for the fight against low T and ED. Shane practically hunched him over. Online pills just gave him a headache. He begged for a lifeline.
Well, maybe it's over.
Columbus Men's Clinic said no. Medical conditions, old age, there's hope. This is about real treatments. Science, not one-size-fits-all guesswork. Columbus Men's Clinic was designed for men who hate going to the doctor. Personalized plans, cutting-edge treatments, overseen by an actual medical provider that takes the time to listen. With low T and ED treatments others only dream about, we fight like hell to get you back in the saddle. Because every second you wait, your condition could worsen. Act now. Don't let time slip away. Dial 614-300-7400 or go to columbusmensclinic.com. Your consultation is only $99, including blood work. And you'll know your T level before you leave. Columbus Men's Clinic, making it happen.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here. Spring weather has arrived, and we all know what that brings. Warmer weather and severe storms. Well, when bad weather hits, we all know it can cause leaky roofs or even damage to your siding and gutters. The Roofing Guys are your local experts in roofing, siding, and gutters and more, providing top quality through every roof, every time. So it's just a small repair, full replacement, or even peace of mind. You need to contact my guys, the Roofing Guys, 614-626-7000, or visit them at theroofingguys.com. That's theroofingguys.com.
Forever starts with the perfect diamond. Hi, it's Alex Johnson from the Diamond Cellar, and for over 78 years, our family has helped generations of couples celebrate love with brilliance, quality, and unbeatable prices. At Diamond Cellar, bigger diamonds and better prices are our promise to you. Whether you're popping the question or upgrading your sparkle, trust the experts. Because diamonds, they're our forte. Visit us at Diamond Cellar on Sawmill Road or at Easton Town Center and learn more at diamondcellar.com.
There's a new way to surround yourself with savings at Giant Eagle and Market District. Shop Giant Eagle's uncompromising quality at a reliable price with everyday savings. Look for signs throughout the store to find bargains on produce, meat, and more. At Giant Eagle, we combine exceptional customer service and quality foods, all at great value to make the most of your shopping trip. Visit Giant Eagle or Market District today to see how easy it is to save.
From the hardwood to the warehouse, performance matters. That's why Caster Connection, proudly based in Columbus and trusted nationwide, delivers industrial caster and wheel solutions to keep operations rolling smoothly. With an unrivaled online inventory and the best consultative experts in the industry, we'll help you find the right caster for any job. Shop now at casterconnection.com and save 10% on online orders with promo code ROLL10. Not a retail location.
Hello.
Hello, radio listeners. The Fan has a new weekday lineup. T-Bone and Tyvis hitting leadoff at 6. Bishop and Friends stays at 9. That's not new. Rothman and Ice at noon. You already knew that. Common Man and Timmy at 3. That's slightly different. Even more inappropriate, if that's possible. And Beamer is the new host of The Buckeye Show. You're welcome. Or we're sorry. Pick one. Get all the details at 971thefan.com.
Whether you're building a single roof or a successful roofing business, roofing contractors like you need the right tools for the job, and software is no exception. Service Titan is on a mission to be the most powerful software platform for the trades, with purpose-built technology proven to maximize revenue, streamline operations, and deliver 5-star customer experiences. We are taking roofing companies like yours to the next level and beyond. Service Titan. We are built for this. See what we can do for roofers at servicetitan.com.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, U.S. Tax Shield can help you take back control. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Our team of tax attorneys can stop collections and get you protected. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the BBB, so call 800-494-6139. U.S. Tax Shield, 800-494-6139.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Airflow Heating and Cooling and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Tyvis Powell helped the Buckeyes win a national championship. T-Bone watched Tyvis Powell help the Buckeyes win a national championship. Equally important. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
You can jump in, tweet us at Bone and Tyvis 971. The YouTube chat is going as well. I'm already impressed with the amount of people who have jumped in this early. I've never been in the YouTube chat at 6 a.m. This is my first time seeing it this early and realizing there's already that many people in. I appreciate you. Thanks for checking us out. New morning show, as you heard the guys say, every day, 6 to 9 a.m. You can give us a follow as well on all your favorite podcast apps. Just search for T-Bone and Tyvis. You may have heard the news. The Rockies are atrocious, terrible, awful.
Yes.
They won yesterday.
I know. I was shocked.
And that didn't matter. That they fired.
They beat the Padres. That's a big deal because the Padres is a really good baseball team.
Well, the Padres have been great. Spent enough money. They should be great.
Yeah, you got a point there.
By the way, just real quick on the Padres, their owner, I think he died a few years ago. I can't remember the guy's name. But the Padres owner is what all the people who say, well, you can't expect the Reds or the Guardians to go out and spend money because they're small market. The Padres owner that they had, the family that owns it now, they were the ones, and this guy who owned it, who previously passed away, he said, what's money? I've made a bunch of it. I have it. I bought this team to go win. I didn't buy it to have fun and look at my, black in the little chart, if it's in the red or in the black. I don't want to see my money just go up into the black all the time. No, he wants to win. He's trying to do his best to win. God bless the Padres for doing that. That's what they should be doing. You're not the biggest market. You're just trying to spend money and win. Good for them.
Listen, I hear what you say, but the Guardians would tell you.
I know what the Guardians will tell me.
He was one series away from the World Series last year.
And that's
with one of the lowest payroll. That's what they'll tell you. I understand. I'm with you on the frustration part of, y'all need to spend some money, get some of these big bats, but they're going to come back and say, we didn't spend money and we was that close to the World Series. So.
I know. And that's where if you spent just spend 10% more and try to get there is all I'm saying. Anyway, back to the Rockies. They have been atrocious. They lost on Saturday. The score of that game, it was 22-0 or something like that. It was bizarre. It was a terrible loss.
They're a minor league team.
They're not even a minor league team.
They're a minor league team.
21-0 to the Padres on Saturday. GM came out and said, "Hey, I know this is rough, but we're still working through this. We believe in the manager, Bud Black. We think he's doing a good job, so we're going to keep everything going." Then they win on Sunday, and the owner comes out and says, I don't care. This is ridiculous. We're still so bad. Dick Monfort is the Rockies owner, chairman, and CEO, and he said, we have to do better. So I believe they have promoted current hitting coach Clint Hurdle, former Pirates manager, if I'm not mistaken, up to the managerial spot now.
This is one of those. It doesn't matter. Like, you can go get the best manager in the world. The Rockies don't have it right now, and that's fine. Like, you have waves where some years you're going to be really good. You might even win a World Series, and then it falls off. The drought happens. You end up paying somebody you ain't supposed to pay, and it turns your whole team around. They'll be fine. It's going to take a couple years, but they'll be fine.
Well, here's what I would say. I hope they don't turn it around too soon, because I said it's a thing to watch on TV. I am more attracted to watching at this time of the year. Yeah, when we get to September, October, I want to see great baseball. If it's my team, I want to see them play great baseball. Mm-hmm. But if I'm just going to tune into a random game.
You want to see home runs and scoring?
I want to see a train wreck. Like, this is a train wreck lit on fire going over Niagara Falls. And if CNN said right now there's a train on fire that is heading for Niagara Falls, you wouldn't tune in and watch? I would. And I'm saying the Rockies, that's what they are. Like, we should cherish these moments as much as we cherish the Mariners that won like 116 games with Ichiro, and they're awesome and all that stuff.
You want to see them lose 21-0?
I don't want to watch a bad team. I want to watch an all-time epic awful team.
Well, you should have watched the White Sox last year.
That's what we did. It was fun. I watched a lot of White Sox last year. My former co-host, Common Man, as you'll hear in the afternoon.
He was miserable.
Yeah, and it was great. He loved it. It was awesome. Listen,
I don't never want to get to a point where I'm rooting against my own team. Like, that's
you've never rooted against your own team.
No.
When
I'm a root against the Guardians or /Indians? No.
You weren't around. Yeah. Look.
When the Browns was going 0-6.
Yes.
Listen,
You need the number one pick.
I was playing in the league, and I was like, listen, they not about to go 0-16. Like, I remember watching the ticker, like being at the game, looking up at the ticker that's at the stadium. Like, I know they not about to lose this last game. Like, dude, I'm up there hoping as a. I think at that point I was playing for San Fran or Seattle, maybe.
You were watching the scoreboard to make sure the Browns wouldn't go 0-16.
I said they can't be that bad, and they were. They were. They threw a parade over there.
Yeah,
yeah. It's not great.
Reflog.
It's not great.
That guy had it all organized. Good for him.
1-31, man. 1-31.
Listen,
that was woo-wee.
Remember, Hugh Jackson was going to jump in. He eventually did. He paid off on the bet. He jumped in Lake Erie after that. He said, "We will not be worse than we were last year." Than they were. Look, 8-9 now in the NFL does nothing for me. Ask a Steelers fan how they feel. Like, yeah, you make the playoffs every other year, and you feel good about it. You don't win your playoff game. You're kind of mired in Tyvis, we have as Browns fans, we have been so mired in mediocrity. We've been so awful that we're like, oh, look at the Steelers' mediocrity. That'd be great. Yeah, if you had a Super Bowl from almost 20 years ago now, that's great. But overall, I'd rather, if we're going to have a bad year, let's get the number one pick. Let's get the best odds in the draft. Let's do that. And by the way, while we're at it, let's watch teams beat them 21-0. Sure, let's see something.
So let me ask you this. You with the let's get the number one pick.
Uh-huh.
Do you trust the Browns to get the right player?
That's a different discussion. First, you get the right pick. Then you fire all the dummies who got you the great pick. And then you hire competent people who will hopefully draft better. That's how it works.
For all you Pittsburgh Steelers fans out there that want Mike Tomlin fired, don't worry. The Browns will gladly take you.
Oh,
we glad. Playoffs
and
every year.
Yeah, we'll take the playoffs every year.
Season. Oh, we take that.
Tyvis, I appreciate as much as I hate Steelers fans. It pains me right now
to
see Will Howard and Jack Sawyer. I saw them grinning with their Steelers uniforms. It was making me want to throw up. But I would rather see that. I would rather see my team be so good over the history of their existence that when we only make the playoffs and then lose immediately, the fans are outraged. That would mean standards. Around here, look, we talked about it with the Jackets for years.
You don't got standards?
No, like the Kings, they make the playoffs in the NHL every freaking year, and they've won Stanley Cups. And then they get mad that they haven't been better, and out in L.A., they go, yeah, we got to fire all these losers. But they make the playoffs every year. Here, they don't have statues. I want standards that actually mean every year we go to the playoffs and win, and if we don't, we're mad. Not Thank God we made the playoffs. We got to turn Kevin Stefanski into, God's gift to coaching. He's fine. I'm not saying he's bad. He hasn't had a lot to work with. All I'm saying is I'd rather have those seasons that make you have standards.
Well,
That's what I'm getting.
You know what, T-Bone? There's always next year.
Yeah, there is.
And Jen's in the chat. She said we can have Mike Tomlin.
I know. Jen, our ultimate Steelers fan, she would gladly let him come on over to Cleveland. And you know what?
You're going to miss him. You're right.
You're right. We would have a couple seasons where we'd be real thrilled about it. And Browns fans, of course, would be excited about that. Ask Bodie about this. He missed all the time as a Cowboys fan where they actually were good, and now he's just dealing with this team that's kind of there, kind of mediocre.
Yeah, I hate the Cowboys, to be honest with you.
I'm telling you.
As he wins,
those are standards.
The
standards of excellence.
Just like the Eagles said, you can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave.
That's right. Yeah. Hotel California. Hotel Frisco, Texas, I believe is where you are right now.
I'm just not. I don't understand how you root against your own team.
I don't root against them. I just don't really like them either.
Yeah. I want to either
root for them to lose
Super Bowl,
but
it's checkers or wreckers is what they say in auto racing. You either get the checkered flag and the trophy, or you just end up on the cart on the way home because you wrecked out, crash out, and get the first pick.
That's everybody that don't win.
Yeah. No. I mean, you go for broke, and then you hopefully, if you tear the car up. That's what I mean. The saga of Bill Belichick and his girlfriend, Jordan Hudson, continues to be weird. Details on that next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now, we're not tracking any major crashes or slowdowns across your central Ohio interstates. Starting to watch things pick up on 71 near downtown and on 33 on the southeast side. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your Fan Traffic.
This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, where we've successfully treated thousands of men for low testosterone and helped them feel like their old selves again. Please take a moment and listen to how we help Billy.
Hi, I'm Billy Hatcher, a former professional baseball player, and I'm a patient at Tri-State Men's Health. Before I started the treatment, it was like my body was sore all the time, and I was feeling very, very sluggish. One day, I would be full of energy, and the next day was like, where did all my energy go? And since I've started, my body hasn't felt this good in a long time. I feel like, I'm not 21 to 25 again. It's just been great. I feel very, very comfortable coming here. When you have the energy, it's amazing. You get to do so many other things that you couldn't do prior to that. If you're tired of hurting in the mornings, you want to improve your health, you want to feel better, give a call to Tri-State Men's Health. I promise you, you will feel better.
Thanks, Billy. It's true. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com.
At Kroger, we've lowered prices on over 1,000 items across our stores so you can save even more. Whether you're shopping in-store or online at Kroger, we've lowered prices on thousands of the items your family wants and needs. And with lower prices, your dollar goes further every time you shop with us. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
You can save big on 6-packs of Coca-Cola, Pepsi, or 7-Up. Select varieties or buy 2, get 2 free with your card. Limit 8. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
This is This Date in Reds Baseball with team historian Greg Rhodes.
How many of you recall this game, this May 12, 1984? Mario Soto on the mound against the Cardinals at Riverfront Stadium. Soto was the ace of the Reds staff. He'd thrown a one-hitter in 1981. He'd struck out 15 twice. Every night he took the mound, you knew he was capable of pitching a no-hitter. And on this May 12th, Soto was pitching brilliantly, taking a no-hitter into the ninth. He got Ozzie Smith to ground out, then Lonnie Smith on a pop-up to second, and then he faced George Hendrick. Strike one, strike two, and then Hendrick ruined the no-hitter and the shutout with a home run. The Reds won the game, but Soto lost his no-hitter by the slimmest of margins on May 12, 1984. This date in Reds baseball.
This Date in Reds Baseball is brought to you by the Cincinnati Reds Hall of Fame and Museum, presented by Dinsmore. Celebrating greatness, preserving history, providing inspiration.
Hardscape pros, are you tired of working with broken down tools and chasing paychecks? At 9 Trees, we respect your craft, invest in the best equipment, and back our crews with full benefits and top pay. We're not just offering you a job, we're offering you a career. If you're a seasoned pro, work with a top patio builder that treats you like family. Call 9 Trees at 614-921-9595 or visit 9treeslc.com to apply. 9 Trees Landscape Construction. The best reputation, the best compensation.
Newman Roofing, as part of their 2025 Commitment to Community initiative, is proud to partner with 10TV and The Fan to launch Raise the Roof, honoring local heroes who are going above and beyond in their communities. Newman Roofing wants to recognize the volunteers, educators, first responders, and everyday difference makers who are making a meaningful impact in their towns to be recognized on 10TV and The Fan. Stay tuned as we begin announcing the selected honorees who truly embody the spirit of Newman Roofing's commitment to community.
Evan Cohen here. When the draft clock is ticking, you've got to pick the best talent, regardless of position, to fit your team's needs. Well, if you're hiring for your business, you want to find the best talent for any of your roles. That's why you need ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter's powerful technology hustles to find qualified candidates for your job immediately. And if you see a standout candidate, ZipRecruiter lets you personally invite them to apply. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/USL. That's ZipRecruiter.com/USL.
Get a taste of that winning feeling before the final buzzer sounds with ESPN Bet's early victory promo. Simply place a pregame moneyline bet on any NBA playoff game, and if the team you back goes up 20 or more points at any point in the game, your bet will get paid out early. Available throughout the NBA playoffs at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Download the app today. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good morning. I'm Buddy Wells. In a game that was darn near over before you could blink, the Pacers routed the Cavaliers last night 129-109 in Game 4 of the Eastern Conference semifinal series. Indiana led by 41 points at halftime as they cruised to the 20-point win as they now lead the series 3-1. They'll play Game 5 in Cleveland tomorrow night. In baseball, Reynaldo Blanco struck out 11 and 8 innings of work as the Astros blanked the Reds Sunday afternoon 6-0. Cincinnati dropped 2 out of the 3-game set down in Houston. They'll be back at home tomorrow night to host the Chicago White Sox. And in Sunday night baseball in Cleveland last night, Kyle Schwarber hit a pair of homers to guide the Phillies to the 3-0 win over the Guardians. Cleveland drops 2 out of 3 against Philadelphia. The Guards will continue the homestand tonight when they host the Milwaukee Brewers. This update is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss with a 98% customer satisfaction rating and thousands of 5-star reviews. The choice is clear. Awaken180weightloss.com. Breaking sports news when it happens here on The Fan.
Tyvis has a bum wrist from playing football. Bone has a bum wrist from opening the heavy doors at Sheets. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Join The Fan on Saturday, June 21st in Westerville, the inaugural 971 The Race. It's a 5K, it's a 10K, it's a 1-mile race. I'm T-Bone. I'll be there. Common Man will be at the finish line to hand out medals to you when you finish. Yes, you get a medal. You get a Nike T-shirt. You get a lot of cool stuff. Plus, we'll have food, live music, and fun. It's all going to be there. Tyvis is going to be running. I think he's doing the 1 mile. I believe Eric Reischer's doing the 10K or the 9.71K. So anyway, check it all out. 971therace.com. You can register now. That is Saturday, June 21st in Westerville on the Otterbein campus.
T-Bone, I'm in trouble.
Why are you in trouble?
Like, I just had a moment where, like, my stomach, like, dropped.
Why?
I looked down at my hand and I realized my ring is gone.
Oh, your wedding ring?
My wedding ring is gone. Now, it's not the real one. It's the rubber one. But I've never, like, not had it on my hand. And I don't know where it's at. And I can just imagine going home and my wife seeing this. And she's going to say, what, you must have seen somebody you liked and wanted to see if you still had it. So I have to find this ring. I'm about to go put on a glove or something when I get home. I keep my hands in my pocket.
Yeah, I just decided I'm going to impersonate Michael Jackson for some reason. It's just a hobby I've always had, honey. That's why I'm wearing this glove. Don't pay attention. Oh yeah, OJ. Yeah, that's true. If the glove doesn't fit, you must have
halfway on. I gotta cover my hand. I'm in trouble.
Is this your wedding ring, like the one you put on at the ceremony, or do you have?
No,
that's good.
I don't wear that one because I work out a lot. So like I always like the rubber one because you can do whatever. And yeah, it was on last night. I woke up this morning, took a shower, and didn't even realize until like 5 minutes ago. Like,
Bodie,
wow, it's gone.
Took a shower. I wasn't sure where we were going, but thank God it was took a shower. God bless. That's good. Yeah. Well, let's try to think that throughout the show. If you remember anything, I will try to jog your memory. You take it off in the shower?
No.
Okay.
It's one of them rings. You know, when you got a rubber one.
It may have slipped off. She may have already found it.
Well, I doubt that she's even awake.
Oh, I see.
She's probably not awake. Oh, yeah, Bodie, by the way, you look like Jimmy Clausen.
That's
according to the chat.
I've never heard that before, to be honest with you. But I always like Jimmy.
Craig in the chat says
hang on. He doesn't look like Jimmy Clausen, former Notre Dame quarterback. Because if you did, then you'd look like an ostrich. That's what he looks like. So there's no way that you look like Jimmy Clausen.
He said it was the first time he saw you, and he just assumed that you look like Jimmy Clausen.
Oh, so I don't look like him. He just assumed I did.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
All right.
That's the ostrich himself. Yeah, you can jump in the YouTube chat. Just go onto our YouTube channel, just 971 The Fan, WBNS Radio. You can find it wherever you know where YouTube is. Just go there. Do that. This Bill Belichick thing with his girlfriend, Jordan Hudson. Did you see where he was this weekend? What Bill Belichick was doing this weekend?
No,
he was at the Miss Maine USA competition. Maine is in the state, like Portland, Maine. He was in Maine because Jordan Hudson, his girlfriend, has competed to win this beauty pageant the last few years, I guess. And so he was in Maine at the beauty pageant, watching her as she did, like, the swimsuit competition and the stuff about here's what I would do if I were running the
T-Bone. What's going on? Like, what is this? Like, at this point, it's starting to get out of hand. Like, it really is. It's ridiculous at this point. Like, dude, like, don't get me wrong. It's a dead period in college right now. So, but come on, man. This your first year on the job. What are you trying to coach a team, or are you trying to find love? Like, what is this?
Like, it feels like he's trying to do both. It almost feels like
he's trying to be a player still. I think, like, you talk about somebody thinking they still got it. That's Bill right now.
You're not kidding. It's so bizarre because there's photos of him just sitting there looking miserable, which of course he always does. But he's there because his 24-year-old girlfriend, Jordan Hudson, was competing in this. And apparently they said that she finished third in this beauty pageant, which, she's used to finishing second. So third, I guess, is not that different. That's a whole other thing. Or not at all. I'm sure sometimes just not at all finishing anything. Anyway, good for them. Good for them. God bless.
I guess.
That's great.
Like this, like I said, they've done a remarkable job bringing attention to North Carolina. Like people
have they? They're bringing more attention to Maine right now. I actually tried to go to the Miss Maine website yesterday, and it was like you couldn't get on. It was completely down because it was all over. Everyone's Googling Miss Maine. I didn't even realize that was a thing. I mean, I know there is a competition, but I didn't know. I just didn't know that she had any interest in this. I had no idea that was part of her background, but apparently she's competed in it a few times. So this is a goal she has, is to become like a part of Miss America, Miss USA, whatever it is. I forget which competition this is.
Let me ask you this. Are you going to watch their first game?
100%.
That's and then it works. What they doing is working.
Well, wait. I'm going to watch it.
I am not going to watch it because I know what they doing. This is no different than a rapper saying some crazy stuff on the internet when they about to promote their album. When their album's coming out, they want to get into the meat. That's what this is.
Okay.
And we falling for it.
But here's the difference. Like, yeah, you're right. But ultimately, I guess it's similar in one way. anybody who puts out an album, it has to be worth listening to, right?
Wait,
so
no.
You can put all this stuff out there, but then the minute I go and push play,
that's
and if
all
it
they
sucks,
need.
yeah, but if it sucks and 2 minutes later, I'm like, this is the worst. They spent all the time marketing it, and they spent no time learning how to actually make it happen. That's the thing I would say if I'm a North Carolina fan. Yeah, you're bringing a lot of attention to the program, Bill, and obviously you know how to coach football players. You've done that very well for many, many years, but we don't have a Tom Brady here, and it's not like the Patriot way. You now have to break a culture in North Carolina that wasn't working. That's why we hired you. You have to recruit guys who apparently jump into pools with Dan Lanning in their underwear. Like, it's a different ball game in college.
Oh, I can't wait to see his man. I don't know if I don't know how long he gonna be there, because if this thing goes south, this is it. This is a one and done thing.
Absolutely.
Actually, now I'm hoping that he has some success, because if Brian Kelly's willing to switch his accent and Dan Lanning's ready to jump in the pool with his clothes on, Bill got to come with it. He got to come with it.
I believe we may have this all backwards on North Carolina. Bill Belichick, I believe, is recruiting definitely like a young prospect. He's recruiting Jordan Hudson. I'm almost convinced now he took the North Carolina job because she saw an opportunity for him that would then get her into, like, hey, you can be an administrator of this football team. Hey, you can have a reality. I bet you there's a reality show coming around this, too.
Maybe she is the recruiting piece. You know, she's the recruiting coordinator.
No, what I'm saying is I think if she had said, Bill, if you never coach football again, it won't bother me at all. I just want to hang out with you. He'd say, cool, let's go do beach yoga. But since I believe she said, I want you back in coaching, and he said, okay, and this is what he found, and then he had a connection to North Carolina, and he made that all work. I believe that if tomorrow she said, let's drop this and let's go do something else, he would.
No.
I think he would. I absolutely am convinced now.
Bill, he got to have a backbone. He got to stand up to her.
He's sitting at the Miss Maine USA on a random Sunday in May.
He's supporting his girl. Like,
he's supporting his girl, but also he's getting made into a laughing stock.
It's a dead period now. Like, if this was during spring ball, like, okay, they probably fire him on the spot. But, like, there's nothing going on.
I am with you. I would support my wife through anything. I would do all of that. I think it is odd, though, that this curmudgeonly guy who's never shown any ounce of personality whatsoever has suddenly developed one because a 24-year-old said, hey, why don't we hang out some? And now, good for him. Like, he's turned over a new leaf. But meanwhile, you got to coach a football program.
Okay, this is what happened with Bill. Bill, he put himself in a box where all he did was football. All he cared about was football, right? He didn't think about outside life because football was his life. And now he's met a young gal, and she's showing him other things in life. It's like, it would be like a guy that's in college or a woman in college that went to school and didn't party or nothing, got what they wanted, then decided, all right, let's celebrate. And it's like, I like this. And then they just started partying for a long time because they felt like they missed out on something. That's what Bill is doing right now. Currently. Now, it's a terrible time because, well, maybe he went, he going full Michael Jordan meme right now. That's what this is.
Yeah, it does feel like that a little. I can see that.
Forget them kids. That's what he's saying. Forget them kids.
By the way, North Carolina, they open with TCU. And I only know that because basically Jordan Hudson has been weird. Like, that's why I know. You're right. It got me to know when that is on the schedule. I will be rooting for TCU.
I think that's the Dublin, Ireland game.
Yes. Oh, it is. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. They're not even on this continent.
Why would you root for TCU?
Because it's going to be fun to hear about to just watch Bill be miserable.
Man.
Oh, yeah. I'm rooting for chaos.
Now he get his doors blown off. Like, man.
I think they play Clemson in like week 4. So, I mean, yeah, they could easily start the season off with 2 or 3 losses.
Bill open up the season and get, like, blown out by TCU.
Yes. See, Tyvis, now you're interested. Who's the best quarterback in the NFL? We'll tell you what one dope thinks coming up next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Still no crashes on the map that we're watching. Busy traffic on the southeast side on 33 and on 161 out in New Albany. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
After I drop the kids off, I have to run across town for a meeting, hit the gym during lunch. Jake has soccer tonight, and Emily has Gymnastics? Oh, did I turn on the crock pot this morning?
With a never-ending to-do list, it's easy to forget something important, like setting up a life insurance plan with Shelter Insurance. Your local Shelter agent can show you how to create a safety net for your family. Don't let life get in the way of what's most important. Visit shelterinsurance.com to learn more. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Come into your local AAA Car Care Plus and get a $39.99 full synthetic oil change plus a free tire rotation. Only at AAA Car Care Plus locations. And on the plus side, AAA members save more. Restrictions apply. Offer ends May 31st. See store for details.
Hey, Ohio, Prime Sports has arrived. The only book where you can lay 108 instead of 110 on all your favorite teams. Football, baseball, basketball, and hockey. Why would you risk more to win the same amount at another sports book? Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit our website, primesportsbook.com. Get a welcome bonus to match your initial deposit up to $400 in bonus bets. And be a member of the Prime Sports family.
Terms and conditions apply. Visit website for details. Must be 21 and present in Ohio. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
CME Federal Credit Union wants to try to beat your auto loan rate with rates as low as 5.25%, plus no payments for 60 days. Visit CMEFCU.org today and start driving to a better deal. Terms and conditions apply. Minimum floor rate of 5.25%. Federally insured by NCUA.
Hey guys, don't waste time and money with low-quality online TRT that charges you over $100 just to start. Visit the TRT experts today at Low T Center for a free consultation and free test. The treatment is personalized to your body, and most major insurance is accepted. And you'll get the freedom to choose if you want in-center care or at-home treatment. Looking to lose weight? Get a free B12 shot when you start prescription treatment. The offer is limited, so book now at fixmylowt.com. That's fixmylowt.com.
The great thing about Atlas Butler is they do it all. Heating, cooling, plumbing. Look, I'm busy with work. I don't have time to wait around or deal with lots of people. One company, one call, and they do it all. Wonder if they'll clean out my inbox. Seriously, offer that service. Please.
Atlas Butler is at your service. Call 1-800-FURNACE.
Hiring today for tomorrow with WM. A stable career and a safe environment. That's what you get as a diesel mechanic at WM.
Plus great benefits like 100% tuition coverage for you and your family.
WM is now hiring heavy-duty mechanics in Columbus. Get boot and tool allowance and additional pay with a Cummins certification or CDL license.
There are openings for CDL truck drivers too with home daily routes.
Apply online at careers.wm.com. That's careers.wm.com.
A people-first, military-friendly, equal opportunity employer.
All your favorite and least favorite fan shows are available wherever you get your podcasts. Just type in 971 The Fan to the search bar and hit that subscribe button. It's free.
We're the land of the free and the home of the sunburnt, freckled fat guy.
Do it now.
Have you ever told a friend
Oh, I'm fine.
when you really felt
Just so overwhelmed.
or sent a text
Can't sleep. Are you awake?
when you couldn't find the words to say?
I'm scared to be alone with my thoughts right now.
Then this is your sign to reach out to the 988 Lifeline for 24/7 free confidential support. You don't have to hide how you feel. Text, call, or chat anytime.
This is Pause Before You Play, and it's time for more game day picks from local sports fans. You're on the air. Who you got?
Actually, I'm not betting, just chilling and watching the game.
I know that move. A pause. Sounds like you've got a winning strategy.
Exactly. After I set limits and recognized the risk, I knew it was time to stop.
Now that is responsible betting, folks. Sports are fast. Betting shouldn't be. Make a plan at pausebeforeyouplay.org. That's pausebeforeyouplay.org.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
A mild start to the work week, but also mostly cloudy with temperatures in the mid to upper 60s as you're waking up. And as we head into the afternoon, we will see very limited sunshine and eventually rain developing late morning into the early afternoon. Highs in the mid to low 70s. And then for tonight, shower chances continue with lows in the 60s. For the Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfolo with your 10 weather impact forecast.
T-Bone and Tyvis is sponsored by Prime Sports. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit online at primesportsbook.com.
Two men, one appendix. This is T-Bone and Tyvis.
You can tweet the show at Bone and Tyvis 971. We're there. We're on YouTube as well. You can find it on the Fans YouTube channel. We're streaming live every day, 6 to 9 a.m. And, of course, podcasts. Wherever you get podcasts, just search T-Bone and Tyvis. It'll pull right up. You can add it, subscribe it. If you give it a review, we'd appreciate it. That's always welcome. Helps people find the podcast, so thank you for that if you do. Debut show. Thanks for listening to the inaugural episode of T-Bone and Tyvis. We did a bunch of shows the last couple weeks, you and I, on the afternoons, but how you holding up here an hour and 20 minutes into our little experiment of getting up at 6 a.m.? You feeling all right?
I prepare well. Did I ever tell you how I prepared for today?
How did you prepare for today?
So Sunday was like...
You hired another fat, bald guy to yell at you all weekend. Is that what happened? Good.
No, this is worse. So Sunday, I was thinking to myself, okay, this is the last time that I'm going to get to sleep in like this, like before it's time to get up early. Well, my youngest daughter, who I've never slept in the bed with, decided to sleep in the bed with me. So it's just me and her. My wife slept with my other daughter in another room.
Okay.
So 4:30 comes around, and it's a bunch of fidgeting. So I wake up, and she's looking at me wide awake. It's like, I want my iPad. And I thought to myself, it's 4:30. Go back to sleep.
Right.
She ain't going back to sleep. So she won the battle. I just stayed up, and that's how I was ready.
Got you on the schedule.
Like, well, you know what?
Got you on the schedule.
She got me right. So today I was ready. I woke up at 4:20, and I was like, yeah, let's roll.
There you go. It's perfect. Yeah, I mean, it's an adjustment. Bodie's over there smoking cigarettes and slugging coffee like nobody's business. He's doing great. So we're good. We're gonna figure this out. Our body clocks have to get adjusted, right? Didn't you learn about that in the NFL? Your body clock, everybody has to get a nap at a certain time, and you have to eat at a certain time.
No nap.
No. Oh, I forgot. No naps for you.
No
You've
nap.
got your streak.
Yeah.
All right. This is. We're gonna do this probably a handful of times throughout the offseason, as everybody does, right? You see these lists. They come out. They're meant to generate attention. This one got mine. CBS Sports. Cody Benjamin put this out. It's the post-draft 2025 NFL QB power rankings. All right. I don't know what a QB power ranking is versus just a ranking of quarterbacks. That's how I'm taking it. If it means something other than that, well, I didn't read the description and I don't care. Here are his top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL. Stop me if you have a problem with any of these, Tyvis.
Okay.
Number 1, Jaden Daniels.
I have a problem.
Okay.
I have a problem.
He says, recency bias, sure, but you'd be hard for us to find an NFL team that wouldn't hurry to claim him as the quarterback of the present and the future, contenders included.
That's fair. Okay, that's fair to say. Literally. They literally said the same thing about C.J. Stroud last year before the season. So...
Right.
We got to see.
And I love CJ.
Because the fact that Patrick Mahomes isn't number one, I get the Super Bowl thing, but the fact that Patrick Mahomes isn't number one, the list is already flawed.
Well, let's keep going. Jalen Hurts, number 2. No, that's fine.
No, it's not.
No, I'm saying it's not fine that he's behind Jaden Daniels.
No, it's the fact that he even too. Like, that's
I agree with you on that.
This is ridiculous, man. Like, we got to cut this out. We really have to stop doing this. And it would be nice if this was real, but this is not legit right now. 1 and 2, like everybody knows, it's Patrick Mahomes. Skip a couple lines. Then you can talk to me about Josh, Lamar, and Joe. So whatever order you want to put those 3 in, that's the next 3.
Yeah, but Pat Mahomes had a down year last year.
Did he?
Yeah. Oh, he's terrible.
When he went to the Super Bowl.
No, he's terrible. Didn't you hear?
Yep.
He's been awful. Never mind that, yes, every year in the playoffs, this is pretty great.
People, they lost their mind.
Number 3 is Joe Burrow. Number 4 is Lamar. Number 5 is Josh Allen. And then you get to Pat Mahomes at 6. There's 5 guys better than Pat Mahomes right now.
Okay. Hey, dude, this is clickbait if I've ever seen it.
Exactly. This is why I said one dope's opinion. Because just realize who wrote this? I told you, Cody Benjamin. I don't know.
Yeah.
Sure. Good for that guy.
We got to get him on the show.
No, I don't think we.
I got to ask him.
No, that's what he wants. Is he puts this out so that people will call him and say, "Would you come on our show and defend your thing?" And then it gets his. Go click on his Twitter and his Instagram.
I need
and
to
everything
ask
else.
him: was he in his right state of mind when he made this list?
He was judging the Miss Maine competition. Is actually what he was. Which I saw. Common Man was in the YouTube chat and he posted that the Miss Maine chat is just. Oh, God. Why? Now I've lost it.
It's Stephen King
in a wig. That's what it was. Yeah. Good stuff. I like it. So I don't know if we want to go through the rest of this list. I did have a couple other questions for you on it because I saw that I'm not someone who gets the Brock Purdy. Like, I get he's good. He's fine. I think he could run an offense fairly well. But
I mean, he does.
Yeah, but the offense is Kyle Shanahan's offense, which we saw what it did in Cleveland.
He's a mastermind.
You saw it up close and personal. You played for the man, right, when he was in San Francisco.
Yeah, he's a wizard.
Okay. Do you feel like Brock Purdy, while good, we're all acknowledging the man is good. We're doing that thing where we talk nice things about him before then we say the truth.
But
do you feel like, because around him, like Jordan Love is 8th. Jared Goff is 9th. Baker is 11th. Brock Purdy's at 10th.
Jordan Love is 8th. This man that lost his mind, man. This is a wild
He has Justin Herbert 12th.
This is a wild list.
Yeah, it is. If I put Justin Herbert on the 49ers, do you think his numbers are the same as they are now? Do you think they win more games with Justin Herbert than Brock Purdy?
Yes.
Yes. This is my point. Like, Brock Purdy's a fine quarterback, but I feel like it's hard to shake the product of a system allegations here.
And that's always going to be Brock Purdy's downfall, is that nobody will know if he can do it without Kyle Shanahan. If they win some Super Bowl, they could be like the Bill Belichick and Tom Brady if they had more success.
And then Tom Brady went out and won his Super Bowl. But you're right. That is always going to be the question now with Belichick is could he have done it without Tom? And whether that's fair or not.
When you look at Brock Purdy's stats, he's I think he's like top 5 in like every category every year. So like, he gotta be good. Like I tell you
he's
what,
good. I'm saying, do you think he's a top 10 quarterback in the league? It's one of those timeless debates that we will have while we have no football to watch.
Yeah, I give him top 10. I'd probably put him at 10.
They have, for what it's worth, Buckeye fans, C.J. Stroud sits 13th, and obviously last year wasn't as good as the year before. He's in a little bit of the same boat, though, where you had a lot of injuries that didn't help his cause in Houston last year. So I think C.J. is better than what he showed last year, but I don't think you have to worry about it. I think if you do this list again next year, he'll be back up in the top 10, no doubt. I don't think he'll be 1, like you said, and I don't think there's any chance that next year we do this list, Jaden Daniels is 1. There's no way. Like, he had a nice year. He was fantastic.
Well,
he changed a lot of people's opinions on what he could do, and now we're going to see what he can do in year 2.
The thing about the reason why everybody's like, why is it always the sophomore slump, or do people take the biggest leaps in year 1 to year 2? Well, you have to grow up. You have to elevate your game because now you're giving defensive coordinators an entire year to figure out what it is that you're good at and how to take it away. So if you haven't worked on something else in your game, that when you go back out there, if you think you're just going to pick up right where you left off, that's not going to be the case because that defensive coordinator has studied your tape and knows what your tendencies are. You have to find a way to continuously switch those up. And if Jaden Daniels didn't do that, then it's going to be a rough year for him. The reason C.J. Stroud regressed in this year is not only because of some bad mistakes that he made, but his offensive line also wasn't good as well.
Yeah.
But you seen him go through a sophomore slump. It's going to happen. It's natural. It's just about if they put him in better positions to succeed. Did he study enough tape? Now, what Jaden Daniels have over C.J. Stroud is he has the legs, the mobility, which is always big to be able to extend plays and pick up first downs and things like that. But like I say, it's going to be interesting to see what happens, how teams attack Jaden Daniels this year because, like I said, they're going to figure something out.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's fascinating to watch the growth of these young quarterbacks. We're going to keep watching it. Speaking of not young quarterbacks, old quarterback, Joe Flacco, 29th on this list. There's your Browns representative, in case you were wondering. What about the Browns? Well, that's where. Don't worry.
It's only 3 people behind him. We ain't the worst. Anthony Richardson, Mason Rudolph, and Tyler Schott.
That's only 3 people behind him is also not where you want to be.
He's right.
There's 3 more guys behind us. We're almost not the worst.
I'm not. I don't even know if Joe Flacco going to be the week 1 starter.
We don't need to get into that now because guess what? We have 4 more months till the season starts. We got plenty of time to get into all of that goodness. Don't worry. 2 minutes away. Some motivation for your Monday. It might make you sick to your stomach when you find out how good some people are at what they do, but we're going to give you a little motivation to get going on a Monday. That's coming up in 2 minutes. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. We are still watching a calm drive for your morning. Busy traffic on 33 on the southeast side and on I-70 on the east side as well. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
With Progressive's collision coverage, my family gets up to $1,000 for vet bills if I'm injured in a car accident. And that makes this Chihuahua really feel like part of the family. What's that? I don't sound like a Chihuahua? Oh, I'm sorry. What exactly am I supposed to sound like? I guess all Chihuahuas are high-strung, riding around in expensive designer purses. Actually, I prefer riding in cars. So I appreciate that my family protects me with Progressive's pet collision coverage. Okay, maybe I am a little high-strung. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states. Coverage for dogs and cats is included with the purchase of collision coverage and is subject to policy terms.
All power, zero compromise. Eagle cordless outdoor power equipment features advanced lithium battery technology that exceeds the power and performance of gas without the noise, fuss, or fumes. From mowers and trimmers to blowers and pressure washers, one battery powers over 90 tools. No wonder it's the #1 rated brand in cordless outdoor power. Power beyond belief. Visit egopowerplus.com to learn more or to find an Ego retailer near you. That's egopowerplus.com.
At Valvoline Instant Oil Change, we're here to help keep you on the road so you can soak up all the summer fun. The road tunes.
Take me out to the ball game.
Hotel pools. Emergency ice cream stops. The sunscreen and bug spray everywhere. At Valvoline Instant Oil Change, we're here for it all. So stop in for a quick oil change before you go. Only takes about 15 minutes. No appointment needed.
T-Bone and Tyvis is presented by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Sign up today at awaken180weightloss.com.
When Tyvis looks at Bone, he sees the future. Bald, fat, white. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
You tweet us at Bone. Yeah, that's right. At Bone and Tyvis 971. I got to get used to the new Twitter handle.
Who comes up with these rejoins, man?
Well, you know who comes up with them.
When I look at you, I see the future.
Don't worry. You'll laugh at it the first 8 million times you hear it, and after a while, it'll get old. It will get old. So we are new show, obviously, 6 to 9 a.m., T-Bone and Tyvis, new morning show here. We've got some new segments to debut because, we have to have segments. The boss has said you got to have something. You got to have, they call these in the business evergreen segments, benchmarks, where you just come in every day and you can just do this if you want to. So Mondays, we're going to try to make you feel better about getting out there and improving yourself by telling you about someone who is infinitely better than you.
And now, it's time to highlight someone who's better than us in every single way. Meet our Overachiever of the Week.
All right, so this came up because in our show meetings to start off, Tyvis had never heard of a guy named Jim Abbott. Jim Abbott is one of those overachievers of all time. He had one hand, pitched in the major leagues, threw a no-hitter for the Yankees.
That's the most incredible thing I've ever witnessed on YouTube.
Right, yeah. It's still one of the most stunning things. We talked last week when you and I were doing shows about Katie Ledecky.
Yes.
Swimmer, who she owns the top 10 records in her distances.
She's ridiculous.
Yeah, and she went out last week and broke the record that she set 10 years ago. She's 10 years older. She broke her younger self's record. Insane. So that's the idea for this segment. People like that you just say, wow, look how great they are. Maybe I could do a little bit better today. Try to be like them. How about Muggsy Bogues? Tyrone Curtis Bogues from Baltimore, Maryland. He played for Paul Laurence Dunbar High School in Baltimore, Maryland. That school, when he was there in the 80s, #1 high school program in the country. So it wasn't just any old high school. Muggsy Bogues, you may know, is the shortest man to ever play in the NBA.
Yes.
Do you know exactly how short he was?
5'4".
Wrong. 5'3". But that's shocking.
It is.
Okay. 5'3", 135 pounds. That is almost more shocking to me that a person who weighed 135 pounds could play basketball in the NBA in the late 80s, early 90s when he was banging. 1987-88 was his first year in the NBA. He ended up playing until 2001. Played with the Charlotte Hornets.
Yes.
He played with the Toronto Raptors.
I remember him on Space Jam. The
He was in Space
Monstars
Jam?
stole his talent.
Yeah. Well, and you know what? As a basketball player, what would you presume a guy who's that tiny, what would be like one of the best things he could do?
Dribble.
Yes, very good at that. Defense was another thing because the ball was like at eye level. He talked about how he
should be ripping everybody. You got to back him down as soon as you get the ball and bring it up court, you got to put your back to him.
Here's what's crazy. You go watch highlights of his, people would try to back him down. He had such a low center of gravity, he wouldn't let him. He had legs like tree trunks, this guy. And he would push guards out. They would try to do that. He wouldn't let him. Not a great shooter, oddly enough. Like you would think, if you're that tiny, you better be a dead-eye shooter.
Yeah.
No, he had a mid-range game. That was kind of his best asset offensively.
But
he was not a three-point shooter at all.
Back in the day, that was the thing, to be a mid-range. You think of Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant. The mid-range game was where it was, and now Steph Curry came and he broke the NBA.
No, I know, but even in the late 80s, early 90s, shooting 27% from three-point land, which he did, that's not great. I'm just saying, he wasn't a three-point shooter. He had 3 seasons in a row where he averaged double digits. Played on that smooth Grandmama team with Larry Johnson.
Yeah.
UNLV.
They stole his talent, too.
I know. I love I had all the smooth Grandmama posters, and, I loved that team. The teal and purple. Yeah.
Them jerseys were sweet.
They were fantastic. Anyway, there's a book out there about Muggsy Bogues and about the team that he played on, called The Boys of Dunbar. If you've not read this, I highly recommend it, especially if you have someone that, likes sports books in your life. If you don't read, maybe you got like a Father's Day gift. That's coming up. We just had Mother's Day. Mm-hmm. Put that one in the bag for anybody. If your dad loves basketball, get him this book. Boys of Dunbar is all about that high school team that he played on. Had David Wingate on it. Reggie Williams was on it. These guys played in the NBA. Long careers. Yeah. These are NBA guys. Everyone on that team went to a D1 school. And I think Reggie Lewis was on that team too. Just fantastic NBA talent. And all the guys on that team said he was the guy. No one could touch him.
That's crazy. 5'3".
How good was your high school basketball team? Were it
it was okay. Before I got there, they was really good. Maybe I'm the problem.
Well, did you play?
Yes, but
were you the problem?
I was more. I was more like Kevin Garnett. I was a defensive guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, did you?
But I had a nice turnaround.
You were
jumper.
more like Kevin Garnett.
I was just going to
for a defensive. It's I'm one of the best 20 players of all time.
I was like KG.
I was just going to let it slide, Bo.
I had this turnaround jumper that was just like money.
Little Dirk in there too.
No, I didn't put the leg up. It was more like. It's more like Michael Jordan.
Oh, I see. That's good, Bodie. The comparisons are awesome. I'm glad now that someone else is going to take over the analogies because it's so much better when you do it than I do it. Yeah. Did you have anybody on your team that was 5'3" for your not great Division I?
No.
Right. Imagine having a 5'3" guy on your high school team, like a D1 Ohio high school basketball team. Most people would say that's unheard of. This guy played in the NBA. It still blows my mind. So anyway, Muggsy Bogues, our overachiever of the week. If you have any thoughts on that, if you remember any extra stats that I didn't bring up, please let me know. Tweet them to me at Bone and Tyvis 971 because I would love to highlight how great this guy was.
If he could dunk, man.
I wonder if he would have described his shot as being Michael Jordan-esque. I mean, he was playing with Michael Jordan at the time. He probably wouldn't.
He
guarded Michael Jordan.
The thing, everybody can't do what Mike do like me. You know what I'm saying? Me and Michael actually are only 24 minutes from sharing the same birthday.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was born at 11:36 p.m.
Okay.
So if I'd have been just a little later, me and Mike would have been that's too much greatness for one day.
I share a birthday with Irvin Magic Johnson.
Oh.
We're both born on the same day.
Well, you both were bald.
Yeah.
So there you go.
That's true. I think, he's not the only one that I share a birthday with, though. I also share a birthday with noted college football player Tim Tebow.
Oh.
My guy.
The great one.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I think he's in town.
He was in town.
Oh,
they had their thing over the weekend. Yeah, I missed it. I wasn't there. Sure, it was great. The Blue Jackets got some good news over the weekend. We'll talk about it next. It is T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. We are still watching a calm drive for your morning. Busy traffic on 33 on the southeast side and on I-70 on the east side as well. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your Fan traffic.
At Kroger, we've lowered prices on over 1,000 items across our stores so you can save even more. Whether you're shopping in-store or online at Kroger, we've lowered prices on thousands of the items your family wants and needs. And with lower prices, your dollar goes further every time you shop with us. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
You can save big on 6-packs of Coca-Cola, Pepsi, or 7-Up. Select varieties or buy 2, get 2 free with your card. Limit 8. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Spring is here, and it's time to refresh your yard with Ohio Mulch. With 15 convenient locations in Central Ohio, it's easier than ever to get your mulch ready for the season. Need it delivered? No problem. Save $50 on home delivery when you order online. Whether it's mulch, soil, or even stone, we've got your yard covered. Visit OhioMulch.com today and spruce up your garden with the best.
Ohio Mulch, landscape supply, cleaner, greener, better.
Wouldn't it be nice if you could dump all your problems on someone else's back? Well, when you wake up to a clogged drain or a plumbing issue, make that Mr. Rooter's problem.
Call 855-MISTERS today or MrRooter.com.
Call Mr. Rooter, he'll be there quick.
The standing room only, with all eyes on the 18th green.
That's a good-looking ball.
The sudden roars. That Sunday celebration.
Jack always made the putt at 18, and today Scotty Scheffler did.
Witness the Memorial Tournament presented by Workday, May 26th through June 1st. It's second to none. Visit memorialtickets.com today.
Wow, what a shot.
Say goodbye to car care headaches with Carvenience from Hinderer Motor Company. This is Justin Hinderer. For only $49, we'll pick up your vehicle, leave you with a rental, and return it fully serviced and spotless. No more juggling your schedule or wasting hours at the shop. Carvenience lets you focus on what matters while we take care of all the rest, making life easier. Schedule your service today at HindererMotorCompany.com.
Legend has it, underneath the NJM insurance offices lies a mysterious room of long-forgotten, moldy mascot memorabilia. Often pitched by ad agencies, always rejected by NJM. Is it real? We may never know. But what is real is NJM's dedication to doing what's right for their customers. Astoundingly, they're proud to put policyholders first. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. Learn more at njm.com.
Insurance underwritten by NJM Insurance Company and its subsidiaries.
May I have your attention for some important programming news? Whew! Sorry. T-Bone and Tyvis are hosting mornings weekdays at 6. That means Common Man and Timmy will share Bro Love at 3. My thoughts exactly. The Fan.
Are you ready to make a difference for the environment while helping the visually impaired at the same time? Then donate your vehicle to Heritage for the Blind today by calling 1-800-983-6530. Every donated vehicle will either be properly recycled in an eco-friendly manner or given a new life through reuse. Donating your vehicle is easy. Simply call 1-800-983-6530 and Heritage for the Blind will do the rest. They'll even arrange for your vehicle to be picked up at no cost to you. And for a limited time, when you donate your car, you'll receive a $200 restaurant voucher and a 2-night, 3-day hotel stay at one of 50 locations. Call 1-800-983-6530 right now to schedule your vehicle donation and make a positive impact on the environment while helping others. Heritage for the Blind, where every car donation counts and every person makes a difference. Call 1-800-983-6530 now. This advertisement is paid for by Heritage for the Blind.
The Fan Poll is brought to you by Caster Connection. Visit CasterConnection.com to shop online or to work with our Caster Solution Specialists.
Both of these men love the Browns. Also, both of these men hate the Browns. If you know, you know. This is T-Bone and Tyvis.
Tweet us at T-Bone and Tyvis 971. That's the new Twitter handle. Andrew says, good morning, gentlemen. In honor of the new breakfast time show, what kind of cereal do you think the Cavs have been eating? Because it can't have been Wheaties. As always, go Crew. Yeah, Crew got a looked like they were going to lose. They pulled one out on the road this past weekend, got a tie, so that was
like
good to
a
see.
minute and 40 left.
Yeah, so that was good to see. They continue to be one of the top teams in the East. You got to do that. Go on the road, get a point. That's nice. I don't know what the Cavs are eating. It does make me wonder what you think the worst, because Tyvis and I haven't worked together a ton, so we're getting to know each other.
Yes.
I don't know your cereal preferences. What is the worst cereal in your mind? If the Cavs, the idea is they're eating terrible cereal and that's why they're playing bad. What is the worst cereal to you that they could be eating?
It's Pops. Corn Pops. I can't. Them.
You don't like Corn Pops?
No. Listen, when you went to elementary school and you got the assorted cereals, you had to go get a little container and then you had to get a milk and then pour the milk in. If Pops was the only thing that was in there, I'd rather not eat.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't mind corn. Like Pops are fine. They're not my favorite.
It's terrible, man.
I don't think I've ever bought a box of Pops. Like as an adult.
See?
No, I agree with you. They're not high on my list, but they're not my least favorite. My least favorite cereal is probably Honey Smacks. That's one that I would never buy. And I'm with you. If those were there, I would just say that's
I'd rather eat the Honey Smacks than that. And I'm not a fan of those either. I eat the Honey Smacks before I eat them Pops.
It's a texture thing for me. It's that puffed wheat or whatever it is. I don't like it.
You don't like honeycombs?
Honeycomb's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, those are good.
What's your favorite cereal?
Cinnamon Toast Crunch. You know
like
it.
Everybody else.
Is that makes me basic for having a Cinnamon Toast Crunch? What's yours?
I don't really eat cereal.
Oh, there we go. Bodie, there it is. That cereal's overrated. Pizza's overrated.
I don't. No, it's just cereal to me. It's just I'd rather like eat some eggs or something like that. Like.
Oh, yeah. You know, I'd rather have a continental breakfast where it's just anything you want is sitting there. But we're just asking in the cereal category, what's your favorite? Do you have a favorite cereal? What's one that, okay, when you were at the school line and you saw it, you said, oh, good, they have blank.
Oh, Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Oh, okay.
Or Captain Crunch. Crunch Berries.
Yeah. Did you ever get the Oops All Berries?
No, that's too much.
Yeah.
Thinking about that make my teeth hurt.
That's what the Browns call that's their front office. Oops, all Andrew Berry. It's right there. What a dumb. Hey, yeah. Morning, guy. 14 before the hour. 46 after the hour. Going to be cloudy and sunny today. Yeah, sorry. I just had to work in a dumb joke.
You're not a fan of Andrew Berry?
No, he's fine. It was literally just a way to talk about something other than cereal for a second. But we can go back to cereal. Bodie, do you have a cereal that you like before we move on?
I would say I was big on cereal growing up. That and Pop-Tarts, which just A+ breakfast out there.
Hey.
It's not even food. It's just a bunch of sugar. I would say probably Reese Puffs or
candy for breakfast.
Exactly. Or Cocoa Pebbles. I feel like those were two.
Those are
strong
excellent
ones.
Cocoa
Couldn't tell you the last time I had
not
them,
Cocoa Puffs.
Yeah, Cocoa Pebbles. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, the Pebbles
and not the
Puffs.
fruity ones. Got to be the chocolate.
I feel like you could say I like Cocoa Pebbles or I like Cocoa Puffs and then also not have anything else in common because those are two very different cereals. I think I'd rather have a Cocoa Puff myself because it's sturdier. The Pebbles just seem to get real soggy very quickly, but I do like a fruity Pebble.
You're not supposed to let it just sit in the milk.
No, you got to eat well.
That's all cereal.
Last thing I'll say about this, my kids, we get Fruity Pebbles every once in a while. It's like a treat. And of course, when we get it within a day and a half, it's just hoovered out. It's gone, vacuumed out.
That's how my kids are with pepperoni.
Pepperoni. All right.
Yeah, like
for breakfast?
Listen, I'm going to tell you right now, the last week, my daughter said she wanted some pepperoni. So I went to the store and I got her a bag of pepperoni.
And?
The bag didn't make it 2 hours. It was gone.
Yeah.
Her and her sister took them pepperonis and ate the entire bag.
I can relate. They are great right out of the bag.
I was upset because, you do know that costs money.
Yeah. They don't care. I'm going to tell you in advance, I got a few older ones. They don't care.
You're not supposed to eat it in one sitting. You know what? You got me going back down that road. I don't even want to go there. I'm still mad about that.
If you don't want to scrape out concrete from a bowl, do not get Fruity Pebbles and then let your young kids eat it partially and then leave it. Because my kids have done that where they've left like a few flakes of the Pebbles, cocoa, or Fruity on the bowl.
Yeah, you gotta.
And if it sits there for a couple hours, but don't do that hand motion. That was a little. I didn't know what you were doing there for a second. That was a little. It's early, Tyvis, but that's a different segment. We're doing that on a different day. All good. What are we talking about? Oh, Caden Lindstrom is back. Yes, the Jackets. Here's some audio. He's doing great. This is in Medicine Hat or Spokane. Medicine Hat was playing Spokane in Spokane. Take a listen. The Jackets' future greatness on display.
The Medicine Hat breakout with Aaron Basham in on the left side. St. Martin joins in a dished it up. They score. Caden Lindstrom has got his name on the score sheet. The Tigers inside the opening minute again have taken a 1-0 lead.
Now that's about as good as it got for them because then they lost 6-2. So,
but it's good for him.
He played great.
Yeah,
that's good. We need him to be there.
Yeah, I can't wait to see him in the Jackets jersey. I thought he would play for the Buckeyes. There was a little talk that maybe he'd play for the Buckeyes. For a little bit, since they're in town. So we'll see.
No, but you know what? We need to go to Medicine Hat, Canada. I think that's in Alberta. I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
Get up there. You ever been to
Not Alberta, but I've been to Seattle.
Well, that's not in Canada.
Oh, not in Canada.
No,
only Canada place I've been to is Niagara Falls.
Oh yeah,
and British Columbia. So what is that?
British Columbia, Vancouver. You when you were in Seattle,
BC
did you go
Lions.
There? Oh yeah. Did you play for BC?
I was there for training camp.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Don't they have that stadium with the
It's a dome.
Roof? Yeah. It's a dome, but it opens, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah.
We get those in Cleveland.
That was you.
Get one up in Cleveland.
You never know that was the. So let me tell you about that. So I went to Canada, right? When I got there, I was the starting safety. So training camp was like 3 weeks. I was a starting safety for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I led the team in picks.
Okay.
In practice or in camp, picks. Big play after big play.
Uh-huh.
I got cut. You know why?
Because the quarterback was trash. And they said this guy's. It doesn't matter. We can't judge him.
You know who the quarterback was?
Who was the quarterback?
The quarterback is Curtis Rourke, who played for his brother Nathan Rourke.
For Signetti at Indiana, right?
His older brother Nathan Rourke was the quarterback for us because our quarterback had some elbow stuff. The point is, I got cut. You know why I got cut?
Why?
Because I did not want to get vaccinated.
Why didn't you want to get vaccinated?
Because I didn't. What was the point? Why did I get vaccinated for?
You already been vaccinated.
No, I wasn't vaccinated, but I'm like, what? I need to be vaccinated. I didn't know Canada took it so seriously up there.
Yeah.
Why do I need something? Like, I'm fine. I'm not going anywhere.
They give you a shot, and it just protects you from all the stuff.
Well, I was not getting vaccinated. I didn't know.
You gave up an NFL job because you didn't get vaccinated?
No. This is a CFL.
I'm sorry, CFL. I forgot. That's right.
So, yes, that's what happened.
They actually inject you with pieces of DeVere Posey's brilliance because he is Mr. Canada. He is the guy. You go up to Canada, they're just like, DeVere Posey? You know him?
DeVere, a legend up there.
Oh, I know he is. They call him Matt Canada. He's so big in Canada.
Didn't he win the Grey Cup?
Yeah, he did. That's what I'm saying. He did a lot up there.
I wish
More
I
than
could.
you.
I wish I could have went up.
I bet DeVere Posey got vaccinated. I'm just saying.
I bet you he didn't.
I bet you he did.
I don't know. I don't even know if he was still playing or not when I was there.
I actually get double vaccinated just to cover for you. So we're all good. Craig says frosted mini wheats will kill the top of your mouth. Yeah, if you have a soft mouth like Timmy Hall, that's correct. Tim Hall has the most delicate mouth in the history of the world, and so he can't eat like Cape Cod chips. By the way, today, you can hear Common Man and Timmy. Their new show starts from 3 in the P, like it always did when I was on it. Now it's 3 to 6, and you can hear those two guys right there. Also, Buckeye Show with Brandon Beam will be on right after them. So check all that out. I'm getting no Muggsy Bogues facts. I'm a little sad about that. I thought we would get people just texting us Muggsy Bogues left and right.
Well, I mean,
Bodie, did you know about Muggsy Bogues? Were you aware of Muggsy Bogues?
Space Jam.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have seen Space Jam actually. Yep.
No, but outside of Space Jam.
Outside of that, I was aware of him because of just how small the guy was. Frankly, I mean,
great.
Didn't he also play with Manute Bol at one point? And I think there's that picture of those two. I think. Don't quote me on that.
I think he was on a court. You're right.
Or maybe they might have been on
different teams.
Yes, different teams. But
yes,
he does have at the same time, and it was literally like 2 feet worth of difference.
No, he has his arm
2+ feet
where he's trying to you take your elbow and your forearm and kind of put it in the guy's back to kind of say, all right, I'm here.
Yeah.
And he does that, and it's in the back of Manute Bol's knee. It's just not even. Manute Bol was 7'7".
Well, then and
he was 5'3".
It's impressive. It's only been like 2 other short players. Nate Robinson, he won the dunk contest. He was short. And then Earl Boykins.
Did he? Well, he didn't win a dunk contest. But he played for, was a short Eastern Michigan? One of the directional Michigan schools. Earl Boykins.
He's from Cleveland. So
is he really?
Yes,
I didn't realize that. No, he's a legend. At least in the college game. Like did he get to the NBA?
He went to Cleveland Central Catholic. He went to Eastern Michigan.
Okay, Eastern Michigan. I was right. Kind of.
He was 5'5", 135.
Spud Webb, I think, was in the dunk competition, but he was 5'8", which is just fine. I just want everybody to be aware 5'8" is a perfectly good height for someone to be. That's nice.
He was 5'7". Oh, 5'6". Mm-hmm. So he that far.
We're going to go to a break. When we come back, a man is going to jail because of bacon. I'll tell you why next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning and happy Monday. Just one crash we're watching on I-70 eastbound. We've got lane closures in place as you're passing 256 on the east side. Other than that, everything else moving along just fine. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by RCD RV Supercenter in Heath, Delaware, and Pataskala, or at rcdrv.com.
Buy 5, save 5 deals are back this week at Meijer. Buy 5 or more and save $5 or more when you mix or match hundreds of items, like select varieties of Post and Kellogg's large size cereal, Kraft shredded or chunk cheese, Meijer essential paper towels, and 24 packs of select Coca-Cola and Pepsi products, plus deposit where applicable. The 5 save 5 deals at Meijer. That's the good life. A good deal better. Exclusions apply. See all deals in the Meijer app.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. I know firsthand what it's like to battle through joint pain. After years of the hard hits and the wear and tear on the field, I thought pain, it was just going to be something I had to live with. Let me tell you, that's no longer the case thanks to QC Kinetics. For over 8 years, QC Kinetics has been leading the charge nationwide in non-surgical joint pain relief, helping over 50,000 patients get back to doing what they love, pain-free. Whether it's your knees, back, hips, shoulders, you pick it. If joint pain's been slowing you down, you need to hear about what Dr. Aaron Walkoff and his team in Columbus are doing. They're using cutting-edge regenerative medicine, natural biologic treatments with powerful healing properties to repair and restore damaged joint tissue. No surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. Just real results. The kind of treatment I wish I had access to during my playing days, and now you do. Imagine this summer playing around at golf, chasing the kids, and just enjoying a walk without the pain. Go to qckinetics.com/Columbus or call 380-228-4544. They now have offices in Grove City and Canal Winchester.
From the hardwood to the warehouse, performance matters. That's why Caster Connection, proudly based in Columbus and trusted nationwide, delivers industrial caster and wheel solutions to keep operations rolling smoothly. With an unrivaled online inventory and the best consultative experts in the industry, we'll help you find the right caster for any job. Shop now at casterconnection.com and save 10% on online orders with promo code ROLL10. Not a retail location.
2 guys drove to work. Neither guy wore a seatbelt. One guy got a ticket. One guy didn't. The same 2 guys drove home. One guy wore a seatbelt. One guy didn't. One guy made it home. The guy not wearing his seatbelt didn't. Don't risk it. Click it or ticket. Paid for by NHTSA.
Bands are us when dreams don't end. Bands are us.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel, plus low to no monthly payments. Call 380-225-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsareus.com. 380-225-BATH.
Bands are us when dreams don't end. Bands are us.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
Hi there, I'm Ryan Reynolds, and like most actors, I have a list of things that I like to have on set. It's called a rider. It's just little things like wind chimes being blown by a easterly breeze, a 7-year-old calico cat to purr on my lap, and, of course, 2 freshly cracked eggs scrambled with crispy hash brown sausage crumble and creamy chipotle sauce from Tim Hortons. It smells amazing. Now, where did I put that hand-carved wooden spoon? From my rider to Tim's menu, try my new scrambled eggs loaded breakfast box.
Limited time at participating U.S. restaurants.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Evan Cohen here. Picking a place to build a life is a lot like selecting a draft pick. Make a decision that will set you up for long-term success. Pick Wisconsin. In Wisconsin, you'll find dynamic career opportunities, beautiful seasons, affordable living, and legendary weekends. From its high quality of life and great schools to its fine arts, culinary, and pro sports scenes, Wisconsin gives you so much to look forward to. That's why you should pick Wisconsin. Learn more about making Wisconsin your home. Visit pickwisconsin.com.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good morning. I'm Buddy Wells. In Game 4 of the Eastern Conference semifinal series, the Pacers led the Cavaliers by 15 after the first quarter. Then they led by 41 at halftime, and they cruised to a 129-109 win as Indiana now leads the series 3-1. They'll play Game 5 in Cleveland tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. In baseball, the Reds lost for the 7th time in their last 9 games as they fell to the Astros in Houston yesterday afternoon 6-0. That was the 7th time this season that the Redlegs have been shut out. They'll enjoy an off day today on this Monday before they're back at home tomorrow night against the Chicago White Sox. And in Sunday night baseball last night in Cleveland, Kyle Schwarber hit a pair of home runs as the Phillies beat the Guardians 3-0. Philadelphia takes 2 out of the 3-game set. The Guards will continue the homestand tonight as they host the Milwaukee Brewers. This update is sponsored by RCD RV Supercenter in Heath, Delaware, and Pataskala, or online at rcdrv.com. Breaking sports news when it happens right here on The Fan.
Tyvis Powell is a legendary Buckeye. T-Bone loves to eat Buckeyes. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
You jump into chat on YouTube, just go to the Fans YouTube page. We're there. We're streaming. I don't know, maybe I think we may have to restart the stream. It may have, is it back now? I got to look, Tyvis. I think our stream may have gone down. I think we're back now. There's a lot of streaming going on. Everybody's streaming. It's good. I'm back on the chat now, so there we go. Yeah, welcome to the inaugural show. Sorry if there's a little bit of a hiccup there with some of the streaming stuff. So I saw this story and immediately thought we have to talk about it. It's a sad story, right? Because a guy, unfortunately, got shot over bacon.
Well, I mean, where I'm from, T-Bone, they got shot over Jordan, so... You remember back when the Popeyes chicken sandwich came out?
Yes.
Like the,
very
the
much
spicy one?
That was a big day in my life.
Yeah.
I was a big fan. I drove around looking for it.
Didn't somebody die over that? I'm pretty sure somebody died over that.
I forgot all about that. Yeah, I think you're right. There was someone it was because there were lines for it, weren't there?
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, people were...
They ran out of the sandwiches. They ran out of chicken.
That's right.
Every location was like, yeah, we out of chicken.
Yeah. And you're right. Someone may have. It probably did escalate at some point where someone got mad. They went back and forth. Next thing you know, gunplay gets involved. And then you died over a chicken sandwich. Yeah. This is not... No one died in this, thankfully. But a man from Springfield, Mass. was sentenced to prison this past week. This goes back to an incident in 2022 where officers were called to a shooting at the Unicorn Bar on High Street in Springfield, Mass. Apparently, they found cook Benito Argon, who was 39 years old, had been shot several times. The reason was because 37-year-old John Brown Jr. of Springfield was sitting at the bar talking with Argon and then received a sandwich from him. And apparently on the sandwich, there was bacon. And he said, I don't like this. I don't want bacon on it. And apparently that caused an argument. Then John Brown Jr., left and said, if I come back here and you're still here, I'm going to shoot you.
Yeah,
and so then he came back 30 to 40 minutes later, and he was, and so he did. And so the man was shot with a handgun 4 times because he put bacon on the guy's sandwich.
Okay, see, in that situation, I was always taught that if somebody leave, you don't stay. You got to leave too. So
probably a good idea.
Especially if somebody say, if I come back, like you don't test the theory out. You go ahead and you leave. Now, bacon is no reason to do these things, but he's a man of his word is what we learned.
Well, you know what? That's fair. If someone tells you that, when someone tells you who they are, believe them. If he says, I'm going to come back here and shoot you, I've never understood the idea of pride. Like in that sense of, oh yeah, come back and yeah, I'll believe it when I see it. It's like, no, I don't need to see it. I don't need you to prove that you actually do have that, especially over bacon or whatever this argument was. Don't do that.
Maybe he was like, I don't know, Muslim or something.
That could be.
That
could have been a big offense.
And if that's the case, they can just remake the sandwich without the bacon. Like it could have been that simple. But this people, and especially in today, they looking for reasons to be able to use their firearm. So
yeah, I wouldn't. No, that's why if someone says I have a gun, I say great. I'm leaving. I don't. It's
time to get out of here.
Don't mess around with that at all. The Cavs were obliterated last night.
Oh man,
God. What was the score at halftime? Like
they was down
80
by like
to
40.
39. Yeah, I think it was 41 points, 80 to 39. I was watching that first quarter and thought, if we could just get to the end of the first quarter and keep it within like single digits, get it to like 8, that would be all right. And instead, I think the lead ballooned up to like 14 or something. And then the second quarter, it just went downhill from there. And I said, all right, maybe if they get to halftime and just be down 10. Nope, they were down 40. So that's about all she wrote there.
They couldn't buy a shot yesterday. And I thought, this is how naive I am. I'm thinking to myself, okay, in these playoffs, this has happened all the time. One team goes up 20 points, but 20 points is like the mark. You go up about 20 points, all right, people come back from 20 points. I think the Cavs might have gave up a 20-point lead once upon a time. Celtics did it. Well, all right, that is what it is. When it got to 30 and 40, I was like, yeah, they ain't got no fight left in them. There was no energy left. Donovan didn't come back out, and Donovan has been the only consistent guy. Once I seen Donovan wasn't playing in that second half, I said, yeah, cut this off. It's over with because nobody else has any fight left in them. The turnovers, the carelessness with the ball, lazy defense. I didn't recognize who that Cavs team was. It was disgusting to watch. Like, wow.
And I don't understand how, given where you already were after the first 2 games, yes, the Pacers are going to come out fired up. They had a terrible game.
The stakes are too high for the Cavs for them to play the way that they play.
How can you? I don't understand how you can come out flat in a playoff game, period. But this has been a thing in the NBA playoffs, right? Because Bodie's Celtics saw this when they played the Knicks. Celtics are down 2-0 in that series. They go into New York. They're getting the door price was like $700 for this game on Saturday. And then Knicks just came out completely flat, Bodie. Not that your Celtics didn't, play well into that as well. But
I think the thing in that series is Boston is just a lot better when they remember that they are playing a 5-on-5 competitive basketball game.
Right.
Where they're not just throwing the ball away and deciding to jack up a million threes. But, yeah, on the Buckeye Show, we like to call what the Cavs did last night. You got to remind them, Tyvis, this isn't just some throwaway game up in Rochester. But it was, man. Like, you're still down 2-1. Where was the fight from Friday night? They went into Friday night playing like their season depended on it. And then I guess, I don't know, maybe they're fine going down 3-1, but you wanted to get that thing back 2-2 even, heading back to Cleveland and get home court advantage back. And
if they just would have won,
over 5 minutes.
If they would have won game 2, this wouldn't be a thing. We'd be talking about a tie series right now.
That's technically true, but I don't think you can always just say it because I don't know if they would have then showed up for game 3 if the series was even at 1-1. I think these things stack together. Like, that's not, because I don't think Boston would have played as well Saturday afternoon if it was 1-1.
Well, you definitely play different when your back is against the wall.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
I've also seen some Cavs fans saying, well, all we have to do, the series comes down to game 6, because if we just win game 6 on the road, then we'll have home court advantage. And it's like, wait, no.
You haven't won at home.
You haven't won at home. The series comes down to actually the next game, because there are no more games if you lose out. So, like, no. Now you have to win every game, and that's it.
Donovan might not even be playing. And
maybe LeBron and Kyrie will come back.
Yeah, that's right.
It's all their fault to begin with.
That's right. Blame someone else. It's always the best strategy. By the way, did you hear Kendrick Perkins talking about that Knicks game where he was talking about how they came out with no energy? And I think he accidentally killed off his grandmother for a second on the show. Well, here's what he said. Listen, this is on ESPN.
Here's the thing I want to ask y'all. We knew that the Celtics were going to come out there and fight and was ready for this game. My grandmother, Mary E. Lewis, God rest, bless her this upcoming Mother's Day. She has Alzheimer's. She was ready for this game. If you're the Knicks, how do you keep easing into the basketball game knowing that this was going to be a high-intensity game?
I just love it. God rest her well. God bless her. God rest ye merry gentlemen. He was thinking about a Christmas song for a second.
He was moving too fast.
He was like, well, she's not gone, but we're counting the money. Like, we're already kind of thinking about it. But, no, she's still with us.
God rest her soul.
Happy Mother's Day to that woman. I'm sure. God rest well.
Hold a tactical error right there.
That was a little Carl Lewis on the anthem. Like, I'll make up for it now. Yeah, that's right. Also, Ross Bjork was asking if we need to fix the game day atmosphere at OSU. That's the fan poll today. You can go vote on that. It's on YouTube. It's on Twitter. Just go to 971 on Twitter, and you can 971 The Fan. You can vote there. Do you think the game day atmosphere for Ohio State needs to improve? Yes or no? We'll take a break. When we come back, T-Bone and Tyvis, we are going to be talking about one of the most unwatchable aspects of any sporting event ever. May be going away. The powers that be may fix something, and that would be great. We'll tell you what it is next. T-Bone and Tyvis on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning and happy Monday. Just one crash we're watching on I-70 eastbound. We've got lane closures in place as you're passing 256 on the east side. Other than that, everything else moving along just fine. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Take action with Logan Services. Save up to $2,600 on a qualifying train system. Plus, pick one indoor air quality product free when you schedule your installation now. Making home comfort easy, Logan Services.
Guys, don't waste your time and money with low-quality online TRT that charges you over $100 just to start. Visit our TRT experts at Low T Center today for a free consultation and free test. Treatment is personalized to your body, and most major insurance is accepted. With the freedom to choose if you want in-center care or at-home treatment, you're in control of your health. Looking to lose weight? Get a free B12 shot when you start prescription treatment. Offer is limited, so book now at fixmylowt.com. fixmylowt.com.
It's Leslie from Pella Columbus.
I'm Wilson from that other window place.
Wilson, I got the nicest Google review today. Dewey from Gehanna said, "We cannot believe we are able to get the Pella look and quality at the cost we did."
I got a review too. Listen to this. "These windows were great." Oh boy, for about a year. Looks like I'll need to renew, in quotes for some reason, my windows way too soon. Repeat customer?
Get the window that homeowners rated the leading window brand in Columbus at PellaColumbus.com.
Hey friends, Brandon Beam here, and when I dropped 70 pounds with Awaken 180, it felt like finally finishing a massive home renovation. You know, job done. Everything looks sharp, but it gets better, actually. I just had my first free monthly maintenance visit, and I found out I lost another 4.2 pounds without really even trying. It's like discovering an extra room in your house you never knew was even there. Awaken 180 isn't about meds or quick fixes. It's like learning exactly how to stock your fridge and pantry with all the right tools. I still eat plenty, still feel satisfied, and now making healthy choices is second nature. Like flipping the light switch on the first try in the dark. My body's firing on all cylinders, and I'm down 75 pounds without medications or hunger tricks. Just real education on eating smarter and feeling fantastic. Call Awaken 180 or visit awaken180weightloss.com. Trust me, once you learn the blueprint, your only regret is not calling them sooner. 844-346-1800. 844-346-1800.
Going up. Prices keep going up these days. It feels like being on an elevator that only goes up. Going up. But not at Metro. We're pushing the down button. Going down.
We've lowered prices. Get one line of 5G data for $40, period. That's 20% lower. And you get a free Samsung 5G phone when you bring your number. Only at Metro.
5-year guarantee on eligible plans. Exclusions apply. See website for details. Not available at Metro with T-Mobile in the past 6 months. Tax applies.
There's a new way to surround yourself with savings at Giant Eagle and Market District. Shop Giant Eagle's uncompromising quality at a reliable price with everyday savings. Look for signs throughout the store to find bargains on produce, meat, and more. Visit Giant Eagle to see how easy it is to save.
Much like a vampire, we need to be invited into your house. But once we're in, we never leave. Listen to The Fan on your Alexa or Google Home smart speaker. Just say play 97.1 The Fan and prepare to be amazed. Do it now.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty. Do you want to sell your property, however, you need a little help getting through the process? Let's say you have years of belongings in the home. It needs a lot of updating, you're overwhelmed, and you may need help finding a place to go. I will help you. Visit us today at TurboTrackRealty.com or call me now for an all-cash offer and, more importantly, the help you need at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Two guys drove to work. Neither guy wore a seatbelt. One guy got a ticket. One guy didn't. The same two guys drove home. One guy wore his seatbelt. One guy didn't. One guy made it home. The guy not wearing his seatbelt didn't. Don't risk it. Click it or ticket. Paid for by NHTSA.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
A dry start, but chances of rain develop late morning into the early afternoon. Wake-up temperatures will be in the 50s and 60s. Afternoon highs in the mid to low 70s. For tonight, rain chances continue, lows in the 60s. And for Tuesday, showers likely with also isolated thunderstorms and highs in the mid 70s. For the Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfolo with your 10 weather impact forecast.
T-Bone and Tyvis is sponsored by Prime Sports. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit online at primesportsbook.com.
Your home for football, food, and fun. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Tell you about our friends Prime Sportsbook. Prime Sportsbook Ohio bringing you a massive welcome deposit match offer. Here's the deal. Deposit up to $400, and that's up to $400 you can get in bonus bets from Prime Sportsbook. They will match your deposit 100% up to $400 in bonus bets that are valid for the entire year, not just for like a month or a couple weeks. That's all year long from Prime Sports. This offer is for first-time deposits only. You can check it out by downloading the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit primesportsbook.com and get started betting today. It literally costs less to bet with Prime Sports Ohio. Want to bet? Download Prime Sports Ohio today. Additional terms and conditions apply. Must be 21 or older, present in Ohio. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Play responsibly. T-Bone and Tyvis here. Inaugural episode of the new morning show. Of course, you can hear Common Man and Timmy starting today at 3 in the P. The new lineup takes effect. Morning Juice from 6 to 8 every morning on the Fans HD3 and on the live streaming. Also, you've got the Buckeye Show tonight with Brandon Beam starting at 6. Morning Juice you can also find with Tito and Bobby Carpenter. That'll be on 10+. So you can check that out as well, starting at 10 a.m. today. So all different ways for you to check in on the Fan. Tyvis, do you enjoy it when a team gets a review late in a college basketball game because the ball may have gone out of bounds off of someone and they have to sit there for 20 minutes trying to figure out if the ball did or did not touch a leg hair of a basketball player?
I do hate that those ones take as long as it takes. But depending on the severity, like where we're at, like if we're in March Madness, like I do want them to get it right.
I want them to get it right.
But if it's going to take 30 minutes, like that's ridiculous.
Well, the NCAA Men's Basketball Rules Committee is trying to make the flow of games better. So one of the proposals they have announced to address this problem, they are recommending a use of coaches' challenges, specifically for out-of-bounds calls. There will still be other calls that would be up to a referee to decide if there's a challenge needed.
Okay.
But when it comes to going out of bounds, it'll be similar to the NBA where you have to have a timeout available. And if you don't have a timeout available, you can't challenge it. You get one of these per game, that kind of thing. I think instead of having every one of them be initiated by the refs, I think that would help because you can save it to say, well, yeah, it may have gone out of bounds off of us, but we're up by 12. There's 8 minutes to go. I'm not going to use it here. I'm going to wait until it gets, and then the time you use it, you may find out a minute later, oh man, I wish I hadn't burned that.
That's where it comes down to, because you see that in the NBA where some coaches they burn the challenge and then later on they really need the challenge, but they ain't got it. I wonder if they keeping the same thing where if you get it right, you get to keep the challenge.
Well, I don't know about that. I didn't see if that's in the proposal, because that would be something that sure would be fine. Oh no, it does say that if the team loses the first challenge, then they cannot challenge the rest of the game.
Yeah, well,
so
you got to be very strategic by that. Then
that's the word that's perfect for it, because I feel like that's part of the game.
Yeah,
the coach's challenge should be a part of your strategy. Just like if you have two taller players underneath the basket, well, why should we shoot threes today? We got an advantage. Let's try to get it down to those guys. It's just part of how you plan the game out. I would say you do the same thing in the game where you say, hey, we've got one challenge in the bag. Let's not use it on anything unless it's vital. Or if you know, like, hey, we're a big underdog in this game. We know the coaches know it's going to be a challenge, and they're like, it's going to be a tough game. If they're up by 4 with 8 minutes to go, and then there's a big momentum changing out of bounds call, you're on the road or something. Yeah, maybe you consider using the challenge there because you know that could be different. That could be impactful. But if you're, that's strategy. I say leave it in the coach's hands, because the way they do this in college basketball, you try to watch these games, it's difficult late in the thing to try to enjoy the passion and the pageantry of college basketball when every 5 minutes they're going to the monitor to look at something yet again. This is just one way they could mitigate some.
Well, imagine, you think as a fan, you see how that feels. Imagine being a player. Like, come on, man. Like, I was hot. I did hit 2 threes in a row, and you got me cooling off and trying to figure out if this the right call or not. It's like them TV timeouts in football. Although, listen to me, ladies and gentlemen, those TV timeouts and them 10-play drives where there's like play 8, it's like, please stay on the field as long as possible, because, man, oh, man, them TV timeouts to save my life a couple of times.
Oh, yeah, when you were out there and just you needed a break, but you couldn't get one?
Yeah. See, that, they just passed the rule where you can't fake injuries no more. Usually they say, go down with a cramp or something. You can't do that no more.
Right. Did you ever get coached to do that? You don't have to say who. Did anybody ever nudge you and say, "Hey, FYI, you should do this"?
Yes, they would say. Ain't no nudging me. They listen. They run in tempo. If the tempo get too much, you got a cramp.
Okay,
right. Bet. But luckily that didn't happen for me where I had to do that.
See, I've always thought. I know some people have a problem with that. I look at it as it's strategy. These are games. Let's not lose sight of the major picture here, right? You are playing a game. Like, guys will get mad that a player will take a charge in basketball and, throw his hands up and all that stuff. Yeah, but did he get the call? That's the game. I'm not saying it's the best way to go about it. Sure, I'd rather be the guy who can just go dominate. I'd rather be Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, the best of the best. I'd rather be Wayne Gretzky in hockey, but not everybody is. Is your team trying to win? Maybe you aren't the best player on the court, but if you can get your team the ball back, or if you can get a guy fouled out of a game, or whatever else, whatever the situation is, if you can get away with it, it's a game.
What you talking about is called selflessness, which, no, that's not what people really want to do. You know how hard it is for people to be the best player in high school or college and then get somewhere and now all of a sudden now they got to be a role player?
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't nobody want to do that. Everybody believes that they are the star.
I know.
Especially in basketball. Oh, man, in basketball, you can't tell nobody nothing.
You know what, though? I know, I believe you on that, and I'm sure you saw that in the NFL. I know that to be true from my own life, where I meet people who peaked in high school, and then that's what they're still living off of, because they tend to be the ones who are like, no, you don't understand. This is it. No, you got to move on from that. You're here now. Now you're an accountant who just works like a regular job. You got to make the best of that life. Now, you're the third guy on the depth chart. You got to make the best of that. Sometimes it's how life goes. Accept where you are and move on.
You know what they call them? Coulda-beens.
That is all. Oh, there's a ton of those guys.
It was a time when we was on campus and one of our offensive linemen. So
this is at Ohio State.
This is at Ohio State, yes. So on campus, they got like the parks outside, the courts outside. We was going past the courts, and it was a bunch of guys out there just hooping, just balling. And as we was rolling by, the lion was screamed out the window, "You bunch of coulda-beens." And I just couldn't stop laughing at it. Like, wow, that was wild to say. They all acknowledged him. They all looked up and heard him. So it was wild.
I desperately need to know who that is. I'll ask you off the air. That is wild. You're on Ohio State. Why do you need to yell at some random dudes who are at the basketball court?
Hey, when you get out to them outside rec games, that's like that's like they go into the NBA off of this for sure.
Did that lineman end up also at some point becoming like a could have been? I mean, everybody kind of does at some point.
He didn't
right?
go pro.
Okay,
he didn't go pro.
So then maybe when you were in the NFL, you should have driven by wherever he was and been like, "Hey, could have been."
No, I would never say that. I enjoy people, being able to still get out there and still, have fun playing sports and things like that. So I would never diminish anybody.
No, that's good. I do sometimes go back to my old high school and look at whoever's doing the morning announcements now and say, "Oh, sorry, it's never going to work out for you." Not like me.
You was the best one, huh?
No. I was definitely not.
But I'm morning announcements.
Oh yeah. Are you, dude? You know how you figured out at some early age you were like, you know what, sports are it for me.
Yeah,
I want to play.
9 years old.
Okay. You figured what football was?
You couldn't tell me nothing.
Okay, right. When I was 10 years old, I used to sit in my room and I would say, "Hi, it's Jonathan Smith for whatever." I would make up radio stations. I would say The Fan. I used to listen to The Fan. I used to listen to Terry Smith, who was the guy who called games before Paul Keels was here. The last guy who was here before Paul Keels, that guy used to have an afternoon radio show, and I used to listen to that and pretend I was like on it. I try to call in sometimes.
So you essentially living your dream.
When I was a kid, yes. When I was a kid, I wanted to be on the radio. And then I got into junior high. There was a guy who was a senior who was the morning announcement guy, and I actually, so nerdy. As if I could shadow the morning announcement guy who was a senior as a junior high kid. I went to a little Christian school, so we were all in one building. So I was like, I would hear him do the announcements, and I thought this guy was like a rock star because he was on the morning announcements.
And you grew up to be on the morning announcements.
Yeah.
So after he left that year?
Well, no, I went a couple years, and then I was like, I don't know if you know this. I interned with the guy who used to do this, and they're like, "We got it, nerd." But then, I think it was junior year, no one wanted to do it, and it was like, finally, my chance to shine. And then I read the morning announcements.
I don't think I've ever read an announcement in my life on
like on a school thing.
Yeah,
you've been on here though. This is better than. I just want you to know this is better than morning announcements.
I'm saying I didn't you prepared for this.
Well, see, we're looking for segment ideas because we just started the show. We're gonna have to figure out things. Maybe there's a segment called morning announcements where we all just announce things.
Yeah,
just random stuff.
Let me do traffic. Let me get them right. Let me be Jerry Marks and tell them what the weather's.
Oh yeah. What do you think the weather's going to be today?
Raining.
Is it? Did you check your app?
I think it's supposed to rain in the afternoon.
I've heard the meteorologists frown on just looking at the app and going off that because there's a lot more to it. Because it's science. There's a lot more science to it than just, hey, let me pull up the app real quick. Oh, sunny. Oh, cloudy.
I have to remember that the next time I see Jerry, not to be like pull up my phone.
Just right in front of him. Walk over the 10 TV weather desk and be like, guys, are you seeing this? I got it on my meteorology thing that I have. I don't think that'll go well for you. That's probably not the way to handle that.
You think that's disrespectful?
Yeah, that's exactly why Bodie isn't allowed in the weather department anymore because he used to do that all the time. He'd just walk over there and just hold up his phone and be like, guys, I have it right here. And they're like, go to hell, Bodie. Because you don't know where the tornado's coming. You need them. They can tell you pinpoint accuracy. That's why 10 TV's there. That's why we let them do the weather. We don't do it because we don't know what we're talking about.
Well, what if I have Jerry write out what the weather is and I just read it?
Oh, well, then then I'm sure he'd love that. Yeah, why don't you do all the boring, hard parts of the job, and then I'll get to do the fun part and get all the glory. That's good. Yeah, it's a great suggestion, Tyvis. It's awesome. Hey, what if you invent a product for me, and then right when we go to patent it, I kick you off, and I put my name on it, and I get all the money? How's that sound to you? Good? Great. That is called the Elon Musk, in case you're wondering. One NFL team is suddenly looking for a new quarterback. Details next. Steve-O and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Watching things pick up on 71 near Polaris and 23 on the north side of town as well, but no crashes on the map right now. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your Fan traffic.
Texting enrolls you in recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text BODY to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text BODY to 321-321. That's BODY to 321-321.
Get your air conditioner fixed fast. Call Care Heating and Cooling, 1-800-COOLING.
For over 78 years, our family's been part of your love stories. At Diamond Seller, we offer bigger diamonds, better prices, and timeless designs for every chapter of your life. From your first yes to your forever I do, trust the jeweler who knows diamonds best. Visit Diamond Seller today.
T-Bone and Tyvis is presented by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Sign up today at awaken180weightloss.com.
The only contraband hiding in Tyvis's butt cheeks is a Kit Kat bar. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
You can follow us on Twitter at BoneandTyvis971. You can find T-Bone and Tyvis wherever you get podcasts. Just search T-Bone and Tyvis. The show brought to you by Awaken 180 right here on The Fan. So bad news for the Saints. Kind of news they expected, but Derek Carr officially announced he is retiring on Saturday. This is due to the injury he had. He has a labral tear and also significant degenerative changes in his rotator cuff. So his shoulder is, I believe this is the medical term, messed up. And so he won't be, at least for now, he's retired. I say for now because
they come back all the time.
Well, I could understand it. I'm just thinking about him in his shoes. He's looking at, all right, I go through this. They're going to want me back as soon as possible. Rehab is going to be intense. And then there's all the questions of, can I do this? Like you talked about earlier in the show about injuries and all those questions.
Mm-hmm.
I could see him saying, I'm not ready for that right now.
Mm-hmm.
But give it a year. Watch a whole bunch of football this offseason. Maybe go do some TV or whatever. And then suddenly you start to feel like that surgery isn't so bad. Or maybe you get the surgery, you do the rehab.
You should get the surgery.
Well,
no
yeah.
matter what.
But then you go do the rehab work on your own time. Maybe you go try something else like a TV gig or just, I don't know, God forbid, you just kick your feet up and drink some iced tea and watch football. But whatever, I get it. He wants to keep going. That's fine.
It's the competitive nature comes out, man. That's what it is. He will go through the shoulder surgery now. And he'll watch this season. He'll watch his guys with the Saints. And he'll be like, man, you know what? Like, I'm mad that I'm not out there. Like, I miss those guys. I miss being in the locker room, you know. And I think that was like, you know what? Let me get back out there. I'm not ready to retire just quite yet. Like, well, I think that happens all the time.
That's why I say he's retired for now, but who knows? I'm not a doctor. This just in, breaking news.
Did you see how he lost or how he got hurt?
I'm trying to remember if I did.
So this is what it was like. I think it was either 3rd and long or something. Make a long story short, he took off scrambling and he jumped over somebody to try to get the first down, and he landed on his shoulder.
That's right. Yeah.
And
It I'm sure is painful. They said the rotator cuff thing is degenerative.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds not good. That sounds more like we can do surgery on a torn labrum, but we may not be able to do it. Or maybe that one's a little more iffy for him, how that one gets repaired. Either way, yeah, if in a year or two he gets to where it's fully healthy and he can try a comeback, I'm sure there will be teams interested in his services because he was a decent NFL quarterback. For the Saints now.
Well, he going to have to walk around with the joystick for like 6 years. That's what I call it.
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about? The joystick.
The sling with the pad on it?
Yeah, with the pad.
Oh, I've seen it, yeah. It's bad.
Walk around with the joystick.
Yeah, I have noticed a little issue in my shoulder when I go to raise my arm sometimes, and I'm afraid to find out what's going on there because I don't
click it. My left one clicks.
Well, you have better reasons for yours to be clicking. You played in the NFL and played high-level college football.
I messed up my AC joint twice, so
I don't want to know how mine got messed up, but I'm going to guess it didn't have to play. It have to do with some one-on-one basketball. I'm sure that's what it was.
A lot of eating.
A lot of 5-on-1 hockey.
It's all all the exercise you do.
Distributing some literature to the people. Never mind. So what does this mean for the Saints' salary cap implications? He was going to make $40 million.
Ain't that? Yes. Yeah,
Derek Carr was good quarterback. Yeah. I know the price of good starting quarterbacks, but we had that list. He wouldn't have been on. We were talking about the top 10. He wasn't in the top 20 quarterbacks, was he? What do we think that?
Maybe he might
be top 20.
Maybe he scratched 20.
Okay. $30 million in base salary, $10 million in roster bonus. They restructured the contract for cap purposes, so he was getting a signing bonus turned into a weekly thing during the season. Anyway, it's all these numbers. If he files the papers for retirement until after June 1st, the Saints will be facing most of the cap implications in 2026. So, if he goes out now and retires, that'll do them a favor. If he waits until June 1st and does it, they're kind of screwed. So, this also,
why would he wait?
I don't know. Maybe his arm hurts. And he's I can't sign all the papers.
There's so many athletes that retired that didn't sign no retirement papers, or they drag their feet on signing them retirement papers. I doubt he does it before June 1st.
Yeah. Well, I would think you would do it just to do a solid to them. If it doesn't change your money. Now, if it does, then do whatever you need to do to keep your money right. I don't blame him at all. Kellen Moore is their new head coach there. And,
that's Bodie's boy.
Yeah. Former Cowboys OC. Gonna miss that guy?
Sure.
No. He's like, I hate my team so much. Don't ask me about the Cowboys. Don't ruin my day.
I did see within the last half hour or so here, week 1, I think game 1, if I'm not mistaken, Thursday night, Cowboys at the Eagles.
So
did
they confirm that?
0-1 to start the year, baby.
I forgot.
Man.
This is schedule confirmation week where the schedule we already know who everyone's going to play in the NFL. Right, you have your home and away opponents. That's all known.
Yes.
All you don't know is the dates. And rather than just put it all out there because they've already had this, we have to give every social media team in the NFL a month to put together their brilliant, which I'm sure there will be some really funny ones, some really silly ones, and some really stupid ones on social media where they unveil the schedule. That's all fine, but that's why we don't know the schedule. So this week, it's just, hey, here's the game it's going to be in Brazil. Wasn't that one Chiefs, Eagles as well, I believe?
I think Chiefs and Chargers.
The Chargers. Okay.
The Browns are playing the Vikings in London.
That's right.
It's just another way for the NFL to remind everybody we dominate the ratings.
Yes.
And I'm sure whatever show they have on ESPN, NFL Network, et cetera, on Wednesday night, we'll probably do, I think it's Wednesday night, right?
Yes, Wednesday.
We'll probably do better than some of the Stanley Cup and NBA playoff games, which is insane to me.
You're right, and it is insane. But this is my little, running joke I've always made about the NFL is that if you told people the NFL to go to the games now, you have to stab yourself in the thigh, they would sign up to buy the NFL knife with the logo of their team on it
they probably
for the privilege to go into the game. Like that. And you laugh at that, but we had that Kansas City game, remember, where people get their fingers sawed off because they were frostbitten, because they were so cold, the beer was exploding out of the cans and freezing, and people were like, yeah, I'd go again with my 9 toes.
But they don't want a dome, though.
No. Well, stop with the dome thing. We can get to the dome thing. That's a whole nother. See, I was on the NFL prints money, and now we're on to, now you've got me mad about the Haslam's wanting a dome.
You mad that the Haslam's want a dome?
I'm kind of mad they want $600 million for it, but I
understand that part.
That's right. I think Cleveland. That's an advantage you have if you're in Cleveland. You have the football outside. It makes it tougher to play there.
No, I got to keep my job for 4 more years so I can go see what the dome is because I can't afford the ticket price.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I will be against them building the dome, but I will go check it out when they build one. I want to see it. Just because I'm against it doesn't mean
you're going to go in there, you're going to sit down, and it's going to be like December game. You're going to be like, you know This is pretty nice.
This was my attitude growing up in Christian school when I was like a high schooler. This was my attitude on pornography. It's like, well, I'm against it principally, but I do want to see it. I'm against the morals of this. It's wrong, but I do want to take a look. And I mean, what do you have going on? I'll take a peek. That's all. I'll go get a ticket. Sure, why not?
It's wrong, but let me just look at it for a little bit.
I'm just telling the truth. I'm just saying that's what we do. Yeah. So I don't know. It somehow we got off of Derek Carr to stabbing yourself in the leg, freezing domes, porn. Anyway, back to Derek Carr. Overall with him, he appears to be done for a while, and the Saints appear to have, is it Tyler Show who's there?
Tyler Shuck.
Shuck. Yeah, I forget. How do you say his name?
Yeah.
I'm not planning to learn it.
Rhymes with
duck.
You'll never
Duck.
forget it now. You'll always know how to say it.
Boy, we learned a lot. My family did at Sonic Temple, by the way, because I saw your guys, 3-6 Mafia.
Oh,
we went on Saturday night, and there was a lot of duck words floating around as we were walking up, which is great because I mean it's you're at a metal show, you're at a rock show.
You
it's
had a great time, you know.
Oh, I loved it.
I'm jealous that I couldn't go and mosh.
I learned about when they say weak ass, we say rhymes with itch. They're also, I was very much enjoying their song, I believe is entitled Ass and Rhymes with Kitties.
Yeah.
That's also a big one for them. That was good. We had a great time. It was a blast.
I would have been in there singing my heart out.
Oh, I don't blame you.
That would have been a great moment for me.
The best was my 14-year-old, as we're walking out, she looks at me and she's like, are they singing about what I think they're singing about? And I said, yes. And she's like, okay. I'm like, do you see all these people? They're popular. Don't get over it.
Oh, the crazy part is
she's a prude.
They was singing that song and everybody was right there word for word.
Oh, word for word. Yes. I was too. As soon as I learned it, I'm like, yeah, I'm with this. I agree.
You approved this message.
Yes, it was great. Saw Linkin Park. They were awesome. New lead singer.
The new female lead. They said she's wonderful.
She was. She did some of the, I mean, nobody replaced her.
In the end.
They did. I didn't see that one because I had moved over to Ass and Kitties Land at that point, so I didn't see that one. But
you didn't but in the end,
well, it's like they played for 2 hours. These were overlapping, so I wanted to go see some of the other stuff. They had other bands going, so but I watched a lot of their set. She was great. Tyvis, where were you during that set? Were you there?
It's a good thing I wasn't there because I'd have jumped on stage and took the guitar and started rocking out.
That you would have. The security would have let you just walk right up there. Oh, you played for Ohio State? Come on up here and play with Linkin Park. Sure.
Doesn't even matter. I'd have been in there. Look, head would have been spinning.
We're gonna get you to a metal show. I have videos. I found some videos over the weekend. I'm going to show you that are they're exactly what you're looking for when it comes to a mosh pit.
I just got to see it. I got to see it.
Oh, I'll show you. I'll make sure you see it. New segment coming up next, The Buzzer, where we kind of, go over some of the final stuff before we get out of here. Also, we're going to talk to Bo Bishop, I believe, from Bishop and Friends, going to join us coming up next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Watching things pick up on 71 near Polaris and 23 on the north side of town as well, but no crashes on the map right now. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your Fan Traffic.
The great thing about Atlas Butler is they do it all. Heating, cooling, plumbing. Look, I'm busy with work. I don't have time to wait around or deal with lots of people. One company, one call, and they do it all. Wonder if they'll clean out my inbox. Seriously, offer that service. Please.
Atlas Butler is at your service. Call 1-800-FURNACE.
Joining us on this episode are real Spectrum customers, Monique and Greg. We hear your family is a big fan of Spectrum.
Family of 4, we have about 18 devices last time I counted.
2 teams require a lot of speed. Everything they do is online.
There's gaming, there's streaming. Spectrum is perfect for us. I mean, it just seamlessly connects all our devices with lightning speed.
Sounds like Spectrum is really committed to keeping you connected.
It's amazing.
Hey, it's Anthony. You know what the slogan is at the Good Feet store? Good feet, good life.
Friends have asked me, how are my personally fit arch supports different from the inserts and insoles they can buy online or in department stores? There are big differences. My Good Feet arch supports are designed to provide me firm yet flexible function. What does that do? They actually help correct poor foot biomechanics, which leads to providing me long-term pain relief. I was also the guy who thought, well, if I buy good shoes, my feet won't hurt. It wasn't a bad thought. A lot of people think shoes are always the problem, when in reality, it's often the foot that goes into the shoe that's the real source of discomfort. When I got my personally fit Good Feet arch supports, my feet felt stabilized. The pain and discomfort went away. For more than 30 years, the Good Feet store has helped thousands of people just like me discover the comfort they've been dreaming of. They're on Stringtown Road in Grove City or Polaris Parkway. Learn more at goodfeet.com.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to My Computer Career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
Another reason to choose Hinderer Motor Company for your next vehicle. This is Justin Hinderer. Every vehicle comes with a lifetime powertrain warranty, award-winning service, and our exclusive Carvenience. We pick up your vehicle, service it, and return it so you save time and enjoy peace of mind. That's Carvenience. At Hinderer Motor Company, we take care of everything so you can drive worry-free. See why we're the best choice for your next new or used car by visiting hinderermotorcompany.com.
Guess what? Our ugly faces are on YouTube. Search 971 The Fan and watch all your favorite shows. Laptop, phone, tablet, smart TV, we're everywhere. Bring us in the bedroom with you. Yes, The Fan.
Military veterans and active duty service members, you could become a certified cyber warrior with just 12 weeks of training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, and IT pros with these skills often enjoy abundant opportunity and a great lifestyle. Protect our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. SkillBridge and other VA benefits are available to those who qualify. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP.
Whether you're building a single roof or a successful roofing business, roofing contractors like you need the right tools for the job, and software is no exception. Service Titan is on a mission to be the most powerful software platform for the trades, with purpose-built technology proven to maximize revenue, streamline operations, and deliver 5-star customer experiences. We are taking roofing companies like yours to the next level and beyond. Service Titan. We are built for this. See what we can do for roofers at servicetitan.com.
This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, where our erectile dysfunction treatments are shown to be effective in nearly 90% of cases. Listen to what Alex has to say about our ED treatments.
I have been experiencing problems with ED, but that's all changed. My name's Alex, and I've been a patient for Tri-State Men's Health for under a year. I highly recommend this. Every day I wake up feeling good compared to I was back in the old days. It change is more exciting. You know, I don't have a problem with ED anymore. I'm having a lot more fun. I was very comfortable. I was always comfortable in any conversation I had with Tri-State Men's Health. Yeah, I just want to let gentlemen out there know that you do not have to live with ED, that it is not just an aging process. It is also hormonal and balance and everything in your system. And once you get that under control and everything, you do go back to your youth a lot in how you feel.
Thanks, Alex. It's true. If you're like most men, we'll help you get your sex life back. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Airflow Heating and Cooling and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Every time Tyvis laughs, take a drink. Just kidding. You'd be dead in 30 seconds. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Thanks for joining us on the inaugural episode, the maiden voyage of T-Bone and Tyvis. Tyvis, I've had fun today.
It has been a wonderful show.
We're just talking about how, it's 8:47. We're almost done with work. It's a weird feeling. I'm not really used to it.
Yeah, it's going to be weird.
But you know what? A guy who's very accustomed to working a little bit in the mornings, then also working in the afternoons. He is the legend himself, Bo Bishop. joining us now. Uncle Bo, how you doing, bud?
I'm doing real well. I want to know how you both went about, what was your game plan for last night's sleep?
Well, so last night I got into bed at 9 o'clock. I got an alarm set on my phone that when 9 o'clock comes, that means it's time to go get into bed. And I was asleep by, I was watching the Cavs game, so I went to sleep at like 10:45-ish.
Okay, so not right away. Brother Bone, by the way, congratulations, boys. Brother Bone, what was because you haven't had to do this long time. So what was your plan? How'd you execute it?
I was basically looking at that Cavs game going, I am praying for the Cavs to just get up by 20, and then I can come catch the second half highlights. And we got a little bit of what I wanted, just not the team that I wanted. So, yeah, we were texting before, right about halftime, saying, well, see you in the morning. And I clicked it off at halftime because I figured they're down 40. They're not coming back. And I didn't know Donovan Mitchell had tweaked his ankle, but that part didn't add to it. So
I think you were safe at up 41. Maybe at 40. That was probably at that point you could turn in. Did you guys sleep well? Did you guys sleep well, or were you nervous about alarms? Because when I started doing morning stuff, I was always terrified about alarms. Would they go off and all that?
Yeah, that is exactly why I knew that was going to happen. I knew that the night before I was not going to get a good sleep. I woke up at least 3 times last night. So.
Same here. I actually was playing my alarm beforehand to make sure, like, okay, the volume's up. I set it for like a minute ahead before I went to bed just to make sure it would do the job. And then I was like, all right, that's good. And then I clicked the phone off and I said, did I just turn off the alarm? Like, I had all these intrusive thoughts in my head. They're like, no, the phone is now unplugged. It's not going to work. So yeah, it was a whole nightmare. But now we're up, we're here, we did it.
Well, it sounded great. I was listening, driving NBC into school today, and so we were going over the new lineups and the new shows and all of that, and so you guys were right in the middle of the Muggsy Bogues conversation.
Well, I was
got to show the kids about Muggsy Bogues.
Yeah, I was telling them about how you took your kids to the Nebraska game this past year. The atmosphere just wasn't
not there.
See?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we talked about it, and that's
it's noon. I mean, noon's a big part of it. It's an old barn. It's the fact that there's porta potties in the main concourse. I mean, that helps. It doesn't help, maybe. I thought the sound system was totally Bush. Honestly, thought it was. The videos there's a lot that needs to happen, but I mean, some of it's noon. Noon's tough. It's tough to get a great atmosphere then.
I feel like if they wanted to replicate the Tennessee game, it's like, well, that's going to be hard to do. But if you can get more games at night, that probably helps. I assume you guys will be getting into that on Bishop and Friends. What else are you guys going to get into today?
I don't know, man. It's like May. Like, I might just I'm just going to walk around my house and just see if anything piques my interest, and we might talk about that for 3 seconds.
You should talk about.
I mean, that might be what we're going to do.
Bo, you should talk about the 2 rookie quarterbacks. I heard that Shador was threw for over 400 yards and 5 touchdowns and didn't throw an incompletion.
So I saw he threw one pass 81 yards, air yards, where it's like that's more than any NFL quarterback did last year. It's like I'm not sure. That's not official, I don't think.
I'm not sure that they were when I was there. They weren't ever on a full field, so I'm not sure how they measured an 81-yard pass when they were playing on half fields the whole time I was there. Look, we're going to get into this a little bit. We'll have Andrew Siciliano on at 11:30. He was there all weekend. Voice of the Browns. You can hear it right here on the Fan. But one of the things that I said to Andrew and Nathan on Fridays, I said, if you didn't know where these 2 were picked, and if you just looked at either one of them throwing the football against air, and they did a lot of 7-on-7 stuff too, so there was coverage on a lot of it, you would have said both of them looked like first-round picks. That's not to say that they'll play that way in the end, but I remember Baker's very first practices, and they weren't this clean. The ball really didn't hit the ground for either one of them. They both were incredibly accurate. Who knows? Maybe they hit the lottery on this thing. But I thought it was really cool how Stefanski, they basically rolled reps, and they had 56 guys there, fellas, for a rookie minicamp. So they went 11-on-11 a lot, 7-on-7 constantly. So the quarterback competition is on. It really started on Friday in Cleveland. It was pretty cool, more than any other rookie minicamp I've ever been to.
So you think this thing shake out as they probably keep a vet and the 2 young guys?
I think we'll see about training camp. I think that ideally one of the 3 young guys wins the job, and I think they could keep 4. We'll see how it goes, but I think they could keep 4 through September and then see if there's an injury And then maybe if you do the roster math, because I don't think they're going to carry as many receivers as they did in years past. So there's some ways to keep 4 in it for it to be okay. But I think they'll keep 4 through the first month and then maybe look to trade Flacco if everything goes appropriately.
I say play both the rookie quarterbacks, none of the starters, and just pure chaos. Just opt into chaos in the best sports call-in market on the planet. Just let everyone have an opinion. Every series,
dude,
new quarterback.
Have you seen anything in your life?
No.
And maybe it's just because they're in it, but like as negative as the Browns beat, it is just... They are the most miserable.
We didn't even get into the reporter who was standing next to Dylan Gabriel and just was like, I'm taller than him.
My
question was, wait, how tall is this guy? Is he like 6'3"? Then that's not necessarily saying anything. If he's 5'10", then that's a different problem.
Yeah,
all right,
I'm with you.
We'll be listening all 3 hours. Thanks for that, man. We appreciate it. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow, okay?
All right, buddy. Hey, congratulations to both you guys. Sounded good this morning.
Thanks, Bo.
Thank you very much. There he goes. Bo Bishop, 9 a.m. to noon right here on The Fan. Bishop and Friends. Now it's the buzzer.
Shove it down your throat.
It's time for the buzzer.
Sponsored by Getchy's Amish Country Furnishings in Dublin. AmishCountryFurnishings.com.
Okay. This one from hopefully we leave you with a little positive note on the way out the door. Sean Taylor, legendary player for Washington. He was a stud at safety, stud at Miami. Sadly, gone too soon.
Yes.
His younger brother, much younger brother apparently, Gabriel Taylor, played for Rice, the Rice Owls. He's a safety, just like his brother. He is in minicamp, rookie minicamp with Washington right now. The Commanders have him in, obviously many years after, when he played.
Yeah.
He said it meant everything. My dad was like, I want you to be a commander. I want you to be a commander so bad. I really wanted to come here too after the draft. I prayed on it, and I think I made the right decision. So we'll find out. Hopefully he can stick with the team, but what a story that would be, right?
Yeah, that'd be real nice, to have your brother play where your brother played. Hopefully they can get him the number 21 jersey too. I hear it's an uphill battle for him because obviously you're undrafted, but you go out there and you play with reckless abandon and make some plays in the preseason, you can make it in there.
I think they'll let him have the number 21 as soon as Jackson Mahomes is done standing on the spot where they're honoring. Remember that?
Yeah.
Pat Mahomes' dumbass brother.
Yeah.
God. All right. Well, hey, inaugural show in the books. We'll do it again tomorrow. Thanks again for listening. Bishop and Friends is up next. T-Bone and Tyvis on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there and happy Monday. No crashes to tell you about right now. Busy traffic on 71 near downtown and on 33 on the southeast side, but we are crash free on your Monday. Make it a great day. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Buckeye Lake Marina. It's boat season at Buckeye Lake Marina. Largest new and used boat inventory in the 3-county region. Details and more at BuckeyeLakeMarina.com.
Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
Legend has it, underneath the NJM insurance offices lies a mysterious room of long-forgotten, moldy mascot memorabilia. Often pitched by ad agencies, always rejected by NJM. Is it real? We may never know. But what is real is NJM's dedication to doing what's right for their customers. Astoundingly, they're proud to put policyholders first. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. Learn more at njm.com.
Insurance underwritten by NJM Insurance Company and its subsidiaries.
I'm an old school Joe. I never lay juice I don't want to lay. I don't hate my money like that. I'd rather lay -108 than -110, wouldn't you? Prime Sports is Ohio's full-time reduced juice sports book. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit our website, primesportsbook.com. Get a welcome bonus to match your initial deposit up to $400 in bonus bets. And be a member of the Prime Sports family.
Terms and conditions apply. Visit website for details. Must be 21 and present in Ohio. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Whether you play football for multiple years like me or you're just a stay-at-home parent, knee and back pain hurts the same for all of us. It can alter how you go about your day. QC Kinetics has our back. Hey, it's Tyvis Powell. Dr. Aaron Wolkoff and his teams are doing amazing work. They're using regenerative cell therapy to restore the tissue in your achy joints. These are biologic growth factors with robust healing property carefully and strategically placed in your joints. These treatments are are giving your joints new life and repairing old tissue. Best part with QC Kinetics, there are no drugs, there's no surgery involved, and there's no downtime. This is an all-natural cellular level option with lasting relief. Patients can't stop raving about how good they feel. You can have all the fun and not be slowed down by that awful joint pain in your knees or back. Go to QCkinetics.com/Columbus or call QC Kinetics now and learn about these cutting-edge treatments that can help you live your best life. The consultation is free. New locations in Grove City and Canal Winchester. 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544.
Stanley spent his life in the saddle, wrangling whatever life threw at him. But nothing prepared him for the fight against low T and ED. Shane practically hunched him over. Online pills just gave him a headache. He begged for a lifeline.
Well, maybe it's over.
Columbus Men's Clinic said no. Medical conditions, old age, there's hope. This is about real treatments. Science, not one-size-fits-all guesswork. Columbus Men's Clinic was designed for men who hate going to the doctor. Personalized plans, cutting-edge treatments, overseen by an actual medical provider that takes the time to listen. With low T and ED treatments others only dream about, we fight like hell to get you back in the saddle. Because every second you wait, your condition could worsen. Act now. Don't let time slip away. Dial 614-300-7400 or go to columbusmensclinic.com. Your consultation is only $99, including blood work. And you'll know your T level before you leave. Columbus Men's Clinic, making it happen.
Want to lower your auto loan rate? CME Federal Credit Union can help you beat your rate fast. Lock at a rate as low as 5.25% and enjoy no payments for 60 days. Plus, with their lightning fast turnaround, you'll be on your way to savings in no time. Ready to roll into savings? Visit CMEFCU.org today and start driving to a better deal. Terms and conditions apply. Minimum floor rate of 5.25%. Federally insured by NCUA.
This summer, something wild is coming to your Columbus Zoo. The all-new North America Trek opens soon. Get closer than ever to Mexican wolves, river otters, and more in stunning new habitats. Experience wildlife and conservation in action. Plan your visit today at columbuszoo.org.
Evan Cohen here. When you're on a business trip, you know what goes completely off the rails? Your workout routine, especially when you book a hotel that doesn't have a gym. Then you have to squeeze in between the desk and your bed, eke out 2 push-ups, and call it a day. If you just stay at La Quinta by Wyndham, you'll discover their fully equipped fitness center at every location. Now you can wake up and do some weightlifting to prepare you to carry your team on your back all day. Tonight, La Quinta. Tomorrow, you shine. Book direct at lq.com.
Brought to you by the Capital One Saver Card. With Saver, you earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining, entertainment, and at grocery stores. That's unlimited cash back on ordering takeout from home or unlimited cash back on tickets to concerts and games. So grab a bite, grab a seat, and earn unlimited 3% cash back with the Saver Card. Capital One, what's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.